38, but Perp's a fucking dickhead. So he's fucking 40. That is something like, welcome everybody to the
To
birthday
the
bash.
fandom zone. Oh, the birthday. Okay, in the fandom zone.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't want to deprive you of that. I am first giving the award to. I'll give it to PB. So if you guys know, PB's always in like right before we hit the button or a little bit after we hit the button. But today, PB came in early, and this is why
Oh, wrong
he's
way.
he's been my friend for
Milking
all
those
of this
thumbs up.
time. So tonight is a little bit different. It's a birthday bash. I'm already drinking. This is my All
No
Night cup.
way.
Yeah, it's filled with Fireball, Jack, and Dr. Pepper because they didn't have Pepsi or Coke. So there we go. And then I have nothing after this, so it'll just be straight Jack. Um, so hopefully I make it through this top 20 list because I might not be able to read the fucking paper accurately. And hello, Aaron. Hello, Planet Q's Queen. Hello, Carmen. Hello, all of the beautiful people who have come to join me. This is
Is
a,
is that what's his face from Jurassic Park?
yeah, Sam
Sam
Neill.
Nielsen.
Yeah,
Sam
I was just
Neill.
like, I was just like, you know what? I'll accept that because Sam Neill is fucking cool. Like,
It's true.
so I'm good with that. I stole Erica's hat to wear this because it just looked goofy, and why the fuck not? It's my birthday, and if you motherfuckers are watching
People
this
love Harley Quinn.
who weren't going to give me my birthday off, yeah, I'm on YouTube because it's my birthday, so fuck all of you, and yeah. You know what? So I figured I'd tell this story on air. So a little context, people. If you guys don't know, I work in the restaurant and I work for a particular movie company. And so these motherfuckers put what's called a blackout date on asking for time off. And what this means is, thank you, Sean B. Uh, and I appreciate you being here. Planet Q's Queen, welcome. So they put out a blackout date, which means during Avatar, we cannot request days off. And during Christmas, we can't request days off. So that I put it in right before Avatar. But they're just tell me, my head boss goes to me and goes, hey, Avatar's coming out and I don't think you can. I go, I put this in a month in advance. And she's like, well, we really, and I go, okay, this is what's going to happen. Either you're going to give me the day off or you write me up right now. And then I take that above you and you explain to them how I haven't called out or even fucking requested a day off since I started this job. And you won't give me one day off to see my mother who I haven't seen in months. Which one you want to do? She's like, well, I guess. Okay, I go, yeah, because they were fucking writing me. They were they were going to write me up. It's like so. Yesterday I spent time with the family, which is why I didn't do my late night talks. But tonight I'm doing something special because I am older and I still like to rant. And I told BB
No
when we first.
fucking way.
Oh yeah, it's a true story. I told PB I
You're
was like,
only gonna rant more until you're like in your 90s, and then you'll be like, oh, I've talked myself
I shit my pants. Anyways,
out.
so
Didn't
I
say
said
that, but sure. I guess you're 90. Have at it.
that. So I went to PB. Yeah, I'm gonna do the top 10 worst movies, and then I started going down the list, and I realized I had 23. So I'm gonna have three honorable mentions, and these
That's
all
not
these
good. That's
movies,
not how it. Oh my god. Never
and
mind.
I'm gonna have
Never
my
mind.
my ones that made the list. So I had to extend it to top 20 because as many great movies there are for my top 10, which is probably going to go to a top 20, um, there are a surprising number of movies that were terrible that I simply forgot about. So, PB, if you
You
had to
forget
guess,
something? Never.
I would never. If you had to guess,
Oh,
what movies do you think would be on my list? Like, just shoot some out there that you think might appear on a list of 20 of my most hated movies.
I mean, it's too bad that we talked about it already because being that it's you, I assumed that the two movies that would be on your hated list would be Black Panther and Black Adam.
But unfortunately, they're
Unfortunately,
actually not.
he's not racist anymore. The
I
blacks are
know.
good. The blacks are good. Like, what the fuck?
They converted me. I don't know what happened.
Converted you, and they converted you. They just cranked up the melanin count.
Yeah, yep. I got the right dose. So let me start off with number 20. And keep in mind,
The worst movies of the year. Oh my
the
god,
worst
we're not
movies.
we're not a negative place. How often do we actually talk about the worst stuff?
That's exactly why we're doing it tonight, because there were some stinkers, and I
Because
want to.
I'm sitting here thinking, and I was like, okay, what's the last movie we talked about? What was the last movie we talked about? Okay, what was the one before it? What was the one before it? What was the one before it? And I was like, fuck, man. Like, the last few movies that this guy's talked about, they've all been great. Like Black Panther, great. Black Adam, great. Terrifier 2, great.
Yeah. We've been on a
There
roll.
was one in there that was like, what, 2 weeks ago or something. You've seen some movie, and you're like, not so good.
But even those, I was like, but keep in mind with this list, the ones actually higher up are less irritating than the ones when you get to number one. So this list works in reverse. As opposed to me going, I liked it, but it just wasn't good enough to get higher. This one is, if you're at the bottom, you're the least amount on my shit list. So let's
Well,
begin
yeah,
this.
the number one worst movie is the worst movie. The number 20 worst movie is the 20th worst movie, which means it's 20 better than the worst one. But
Yeah.
you're supposed to start with honorable mentions.
Yeah, so let's go to the honorable mentions because um,
Are
they
you gonna?
didn't make
Are you
it.
gonna? You're not gonna comment about this comment? Carrie says, "PB, he is racist about those with blue skin now.
I
Remember?
mean, that's fact. That
Don't
I did
worry,
see that.
it's on the list."
No, actually, surprisingly, it is not. That movie deserves its own fucking category. So don't worry, my darling.
I feel
Don't.
like hold on a second. I feel like you have the wrong title. I feel like the title should say Zod's Birthday Bash and Top 20 Hated Movies of 2022. Because these aren't necessarily going to be the worst movies, people. These are just going to be the ones that he hates.
I mean, I like to think in the world, especially when you get to my
It
number
sounds
ones,
like, no, you're in the world of exclusively subjectivity right now.
that
Exclusively.
yeah, that is true. So let's go to Don't Worry, My Darling, honorable mention. And the reason why this barely didn't make it on the list is because this movie
What
was
the hell
made
is this movie?
by
I don't even know if I heard this movie. What is it?
this movie was directed by Olivia Wilde, and this
You
movie
got
has
a problem with Olivia Wilde now.
no, I this is the issue with the film. It has a
I
great
thought your
cast.
problem with Olivia Wilde was she wasn't sitting on you.
That is one of them. This movie has a great cast. It's beautifully shot, but the movie's a fucking mess. So if you haven't heard of this movie, basically the premise is Florence Pugh is in it, and
Ooh, Black Widow.
she plays a
I was just watching Hawkeye.
she also gets
It's
naked in
Christmas
this.
time.
So
What? There's nothing
yeah,
to her.
oh yeah, she is naked several
Like
times, and
I've seen her in
it's
some
another reason
relatively
why this movie wasn't on my list. Like
I've
literally, I
seen her
was like,
in some relatively revealing dresses, and there's not a whole lot to reveal on
uh, so anyways, this movie is a fucking mess. And the problem is this movie has a great concept, but when you get to the end of the movie and you really think about it, it's a fucking train wreck. There has been reports that there was a lot of things on set in this movie. Olivia Wilde, surprise, surprise, is a cunt. And it also has a confusing message. So here's the premise. Spoiler alert if you give a fuck about watching bad movies, but spoiler alert. So the whole crux of the movie is basically Florence Pugh moves with her husband into this town that's kind of like the Stepford Wives. Everybody's house is the same. Everybody goes to these dinner parties. Nobody knows what
her.
the husbands do.
Do you like the Stepford Wives?
Oh yeah, great movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
So so the crux of the movie is, as you go through it, you start to find out she finds things are fake, things people are doing aren't making sense, people are shuffling shit under the rug, this weird stuff that happens, like this lady fucking kills herself and no one says anything really about it. It's just weird shit. And it sets up an intriguing premise, but the problem with the movie is by the end of it, it falls into a lot of tropes and falls off a fucking cliff because you find out that actually all of the husbands hooked their wives into this simulator where they've got them locked up in a bedroom, but they got this headset on and they're in a virtual world that they think is real. But where this movie falls apart is Olivia Wilde's character knows that the world is not real, and she lives there willingly because she lost her two kids and doesn't want to live in a reality without them. And there's a lot of other shit that happens where they imply stuff, but it's never talked about. It's never brought up again. There's a feminist message, but yet they degrade the women in this movie, which is kind of confusing because Olivia Wilde came out and said this was supposed to be empowering, but yet she shows very graphic sex scenes in this movie that made, if you look it up, it made the actresses uncomfortable. Florence Pugh herself came out and said something about it. So people were uncomfortable shooting these. And these scenes are pretty graphic for an
What's
R-rated
up,
movie.
Timon?
Hey, what's up, Timon? So, yeah, it's a weird fucking movie, and the reason why I was annoyed because the movie has a very interesting premise. Chris Pine is fucking phenomenal in the film, but they just don't utilize the people that. Hey, what's up, Carmen? Good to see you. They don't utilize the people that they have in this film. So that's why it's in my honorable mentions. Oh, thank you, Crummel. I appreciate it. So that's why this made my honorable mentions. But I think it's a movie that if it was on, I'd still watch. It's not like one where I'm like, oh, this
No.
fucking sucks because Florence Pugh is naked. So, I mean, yeah, I'd watch this movie again. I'd watch certain scenes. I probably would go through the whole thing, but I definitely watch some certain parts. There's also some weird scenes. Okay, so there's a scene where Florence Pugh and her husband are banging, and Chris Pine is just watching them, and he
What a
has this
guy! Way
weird
to go!
look.
Way to go, Captain.
And I'm half laughing and half kind of like disturbed because he smiles and then licks his lips and she looks directly at him as she's fucking her husband. And this is the shit I'm talking about where I don't understand what the message of this movie is. At a certain point, you're like, what the fuck is happening right now? So that's why this movie isn't further up. I think it's actually quite entertaining, to be honest with you. It's one of those movies where you go in not knowing, you watch it, and yeah, I had to get rid of the cowboy hat because I can't fit the headphones. Don't worry, it'll make its triumphant return. But yeah, and
You
my
just need to
next,
get some headphones where they can stick to your head without the top,
oh yeah,
like go around the back or whatever.
that's definitely one thing I wanna do. But yeah, so my next honorable mention for worst of the year. Um, I will fully admit because a lot of people, for some strange fucking reason, likes this show. But Downton Abbey, A New Era. This movie is the biggest goddamn waste of time. I watched the first Downton Abbey just because I liked the song, but the movie was how the show is. Dry, boring, and fucking stupid. Fight me. I know this is a British thing. I don't give a fuck. It's a fucking stupid show. It's fucking boring. It's rich white people problems. I fucking hate it. New Era, though, is bad on a different level because it feels like this movie did not have to fucking happen. I sat there watching this and tried to picture myself as a fan of this stupid fucking show. And I'm watching it going, this feels like this has gone on too fucking long. The plot is very contrived. Uh, the storylines kind of wrap up all nice and neat, even though realistically in that time period, I don't think it would have went the way it went. The only sad part was the older lady finally fucking dies, which I don't mean to sound like a prick, but this bitch has been living since like what the original series. So I'm sorry. She was the only reason for me watching it because she's kind of snarky and I like that. But this fucking movie is terrible. I hope to God they don't make another one. I fucking hate the series. I hate these movies. They fucking suck. I'm sorry, British people. I will never understand why you like this show. It is like watching fucking paint dry. But this movie in particular is worse because it feels like it was an unnecessary sequel that I don't even think fans of the show asked for. It was just because they made a shit ton of money,
It's
so they made another one.
it's amazing to me how you control people with absolute silence.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. I mean, that's you're so deliciously
So
kind.
now I'll lean in and say, "Oh, hello, Kerry."
So that's it. Yeah, I did say it. Anyways, so let me go to number 20. So keep in mind,
Wait, did you
before I
just do 3 movies?
I thought it was three. It was only two that I wind up whittling down, unless I come across another one where I say, "Whoops, I didn't mean to do that." Anyways, let's just go to the list.
There's
Number
gonna be
20.
like 2 11s. There's gonna be like at number 11, and now number 11. Okay, Casey, learn to count.
So number 20 on my top 20 worst movies of the year. And if you know me and you know the channel, you should have predicted this movie. But because there was so much shit, it escaped my wrath. Thank you, Kiefer. And I appreciate it. So my number 20 worst movie of this year is
Halloween
Thor.
ends.
No, don't come in here fucking on my 20 list. Anyways, I'll be honest with you though.
Happy birthday, Zod. It's very.
Oh,
I'm at work right now, so it's kind of difficult for me to stay very. I just wanted to come. Apparently, I got my. As much of a racist as people say, including me. That's the only
Hey,
thing I get
I
forgiven.
made progress. There's no black people on the list, just blue people.
Little by little. You didn't like Avatar?
Yeah, it's baby steps. Dude, I've never liked Avatar. Have you not heard my
dude, you are a
hour-long rant?
short person. Every step you take is a baby step.
uh, no, I didn't. Anyways, let me go with my number 20 worst movie of 2022. And that is, if you know me, you should have known it was going to be here on this list. Thor Love and Thunder. Thor Love and Thunder is a fucking overrated, terrible movie. This movie was the first Marvel film I think I actually considered walking out of. Where to begin with my problems with this film? The story is incoherent. They make the villain a fucking joke. They show the villain for like, I don't know, 10 minutes of the movie before he's defeated. Oh, yeah. And my favorite part of this fucking movie, they beat the villain. Wait for it. Do they use magical powers? Does Thor shock the shit out of him? Do all the kids that he imbued, which was a fucking waste of time because it does nothing with the powers of the gods, do anything? No, no. They beat the villain with the power of love. Holy fucking shit. This movie was a gigantic waste of time. And the only reason why this motherfucker isn't further up on my list is because there is actual worse movies than this one. And like I said, things on the bottom of this list are more tolerable. Would I watch it again if someone threw it on? Yes, maybe. I'd be agitated.
Maybe.
I will
I'd be
add
like,
to that,
why are you
Zod.
watching this shit?
Zod, if I may add to that, I think you were one movie too late of walking out.
I mean, yeah.
I walked out of Ragnarok. I saw that shit from 10 miles away. I didn't think it would get that bad, like defeating the villain by love.
Yes.
But
Justin, fucking love. PBMI line. The power of love defeats
did they at
this
least play?
motherfucker
Did they
who
at
kills
least play
gods.
Huey Lewis? Did they at least play
Whoa,
Huey
whoa, whoa,
Lewis?
whoa. What are you talking? What movie?
Huey
Thor,
Lewis
Love,
and
and
the News.
Thunder.
The song.
The
Did they play the
power-
song "Power of Love"?
Yeah, remember?
Oh, they did. They did. Okay, all right, that's cool.
No,
I accept
remember,
it.
Jane's dying, so Thor grabs her, and then Goran is, I don't know, wounded from some shit I couldn't see, and then he sees the love that a god has for a human, and he starts
Hey man, I
thinking
got to
about
get
his
back to work.
daughter.
I'm
All
sorry, I got
right.
to get back to work. I'm glad I could pop in for a second. This was one of those nights where I had to work. Kind of
Well,
unavoidable. It's a shit show up there, so I got to get
well,
back. Hey, take care, guys. Hopefully you're having a good 22nd birthday. Bye.
thank you.
22nd birthday? What the fuck is a 22nd birthday?
Hey, Perp, I
Wait,
did not
did he
ignore
say
you.
22nd as in you're 22? Or did he say
Yes, very
22nd?
accurately. He was
You are the
writing them.
grayest fucking 20-year-old in all of human history.
Hey, you know, I'm a villain.
Don't
So,
worry about it, though. Don't worry about it, though, Zod. Bitchy likes a touch of gray.
I mean, yeah, fucking facts. So
Did you?
Thor.
Did you? Your favorite guy's in the chat.
I know. I
He's
said,
not
hey,
gonna click.
Perp.
He's not gonna click on the link you sent him, but he's in the chat.
I'm not 40. I'm 38. Anyways, so um, Thor: Love and Thunder. I thought it was a fucking disaster. So it was a train wreck, but it wasn't a movie that warranted me put it higher because there's worse movies, surprisingly, but it was just disappointing. After Ragnarok, I expected more, and I was let down. I think that was another thing too. I felt very let down. I thought Taika Waititi was going to be the great hope of this phase, and it turned out that motherfucker cranked his sense of humor to like 11, and nobody stopped him. For the love of God.
I mean, okay, so you're telling me, like you watched the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the entire movie. What number? You remember what number you gave it?
I gave it, I believe, a 4 out of 10,
Okay, I gave it a 6, just like the Batman.
which
For
is fucking
slightly
nuts.
different reasons. It's not fucking nuts. It's not fucking nuts.
But
Completely
anyway,
different reasons.
we will always argue about that rating.
The
It
Batman
will
was
be a.
the Batman was not necessarily predictable at every turn. Like at some point, I thought Batman was going to do his job, but he didn't. How unpredictable!
I mean, but there
Right?
you go. He kept
That's
you
not the
on your.
point.
Okay, are you telling me you wouldn't see a sequel though? You'd 100% see the sequel.
Well, yeah, I'd see a sequel because I'm a fucking Batman fan.
Of course you would. Of course you would. So we don't know, man. He's new. I'm not having this argument
I
again.
I don't even fucking really like Captain Marvel, and I'm still going to see that sequel. I'll tell you a sequel I might not see. Like, do you really not see? Okay. I'll tell you a fucking sequel that is like off the fucking radar, and if it fucking happens, like, might be the first one I ever skip. Eternals 2. If they make an Eternals
Oh,
2, I don't know what you could possibly do with that
hey,
cavalcade of
Perp.
characters to
Wakanda
actually make it
Forever is
fucking
not.
digestible.
Look, Wakanda Forever is not on my top 20 worst. Stop capping. And second, it's not on my top 20 best. It's in the middle for me. I don't hate it as much as you fucking crazy people who have your nonsensical argument. So I mean, I don't think it's the greatest movie. I don't think it's the worst movie. I think it sits where every Marvel movie has sat this phase, fucking right in the middle. Entertaining, but not great. Entertaining, but not bad. Just like right in the fucking middle. Just like Multiverse of Madness. It's not going to be, spoiler alert, it's not going to be on my top 20 best list, but it's certainly not on the worst. It's just right in the middle. Yeah, I agree. And don't worry, Perp. I got some more Disney films on here. Anyways, number 19. Number 19 on my worst movies. You should have seen this coming, and it hurts my soul because we're being realistic here. But I will say this is entertaining, but in no means good. And that is Morbius. Because I've watched this fucking movie several times. Now look, this is a bad movie, but I am thoroughly entertained by this movie every time I watch this film. Morbius to me is a movie that should have came out like, PB, when Sam Raimi's Spider-Mans came out with Tobey Maguire. You remember those? The Sam Raimi Spider-Man?
Is this a serious question?
Okay,
Do I remember the best Spider-Man?
we both agree. So, doesn't Morbius feel
I'm talking
like
about
it?
the man, not necessarily the movie, because that fucking new one, like, you put three of them fuckers together and you actually make Andrew Garfield watchable? God damn, you bastard.
Hey, perp. Avatar is not on my worst list, spoiler alert, because it's in a bracket by itself. I hate the fucking first one and I hate the second one. It was a fucking goddamn waste of time. Anyways, Morbius is number 19 because it's thoroughly entertaining, but it feels like a movie that would have been perfect around the time they released the original Spider-Mans. It's got that corny camp. The CGI is like CGI from that time.
Wait a second. Was I gone? And did you just put Morbius on this list?
Unfortunately, I have to put Morbius on there, man. It's not good.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Look. We are
This
part
is a
of the
joke.
cult of Leto. We are part of the cult of Leto, but it's not a good movie. But
What do
it
you mean it's
is.
a good movie?
But it is a very entertaining one. I will tell you
You
what.
tell me at what point in this movie ain't a good movie? You don't like watching fucking Doctor Who turn into goddamn Doctor Vampire Who?
I will tell you one thing though.
You don't like
Out of
watching Matt Smith dance around the screen like crazy person? You love him in The House of the Dragon? You ain't love him in this one? What's wrong with you? He's great.
But I will
What a
say
phenomenal
this.
actor.
I will say this much though. The thing that keeps this movie at the bottom of my list, and I feel like it should be mentioned at any point, is that the fact that this movie is so fucking fun to watch. That scene with Doctor Who dancing alone. The funny part is, in this film, it feels like they believe they're making a masterpiece. And if this movie came out 10 years ago, it probably would have done like gangbusters. Picture if they released this after Spider-Man 1 or 2, right? You know how fucking nuts people would have been because the Spider-Man hype was like at its peak. You know how fucking crazy people would have gone for this movie. I could picture this movie being a big box office juggernaut, and we'd still be talking. Why is this movie so popular?
Well, it's the only movie in all of history to make $1 billion.
I mean, and we can't take away the fact that this movie has.
You're trying to. You put it on the fucking hated movies.
It made $1 billion.
How the
So,
fuck? Like,
so yes.
okay, so just so we're aware, everybody.
Oh, I'll see you
No,
later.
I want to
Thank you.
I want to make sure we got this clear because he's gonna fuck up, right? So we'll just lay this out now so that you can see how he fucks up. Movie number 20 was a 4, which means that everything after this is going to be a 4 or lower, which is crazy.
I mean, come on. If we're being.
He's going to have 20 movies, or he's going to have 19 movies that are 4, and then he's going to have a 3.
So
what the fuck?
Let's go to a movie that personally crushed my soul. Number 18.
Like number 18.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. So number 18, Hocus Pocus 2. This movie's not good.
Didn't fucking see it. Didn't hear anything good about it. Didn't hear anybody that was like, oh, fuck yeah! Hocus Pocus 2, baby! No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus 2.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, Carrie. Hocus Pocus 2.
Karen. I said Karen. I said hello to Carrie earlier. Now it's Karen. And if you noticed, somebody is still in the chat, and I haven't said a word.
So, number 18 is Hocus Pocus 2. I love the first Hocus Pocus. I think it has some whimsical fun. This movie has terrible child actors. The the one good thing is the older cast, but they really don't focus on them. The reasoning for them coming back is kind of ridiculous. And it's not ridiculous in that Disney fun way. It's ridiculous in that we have to make more money off a property that everybody forgot way. Um, this is just it's just a cynical cash grab. I mean, honestly, it's not terrible, which is why it's at 18, but it's not good if you're a fan of the original Hocus Pocus. I do think the original cast is funny, but the kids are so fucking annoying. It's like, come on, Hollywood. You've proved you have good kid actors. Why do we get stuck with the annoying kid actors? Like, why? I thought child acting got better, PB. I thought we got past this hump of having terrible fucking children actors, but apparently not. They've gone back to the bottom of the barrel, and the kid cast is just not very good. And the thing is, this movie depends on 90% of the younger cast. So I fucking hated it. I thought it was garbage. I did not like it. Did not like the story. Carrie, I'm sorry. I disagree with you. It's a fucking terrible story. It's a terrible setup. It really diminishes what the first movie did. I did not like it, and the cast is terrible.
Boo. Zod,
The
I used to think you was okay. Rewatch Morbius and Hocus Pocus till you love them.
I mean, I never stopped loving Morbius, but we got to be real. It's not a good movie.
What is brar? No. What's a brar?
I don't know what a brar is.
Carmen says, "Fine, brar. I'm leaving the chat since you don't want to say hello." I just said all
And
those words.
the
What's up,
lovely Mitch
unicorn?
Unicorn. Hey, I'm wearing that. I'm wearing your hat.
Yes, he is wearing your hat. 100%. Hello, lemon pie.
So, yeah, let me go to number 17. Now, number
Goodbye,
17.
lemon pie. That was
Hey,
all
Lemon
shot.
Pie, what's up?
No, he's leaving. He came here to leave.
So number 17, Strange Worlds. This one's an interesting one
Didn't see it.
because
Didn't see it. What the hell is it?
it is about these people who discover this planet, and then some shit happens in the planet, so they got to go and discover another planet, and there's a gay love story. It's in a
Okay.
kids movie. It's terrible.
Sounds like a 4.
it definitely is. Hey, T-Virus, thank you.
Gay aliens, baby. I don't got a problem. Who's got a problem with gay aliens? Like, especially like Korg, the way that they make babies, like that's romantic shit right there.
So yeah, Strange Worlds to me is just they took the old material, they tried to change it, and put the message.
Whoa. Well, first of all,
You know,
what's up, Terrence? But Bitchy says, you better charge my headphones when you're done. Cord
the
should be
funny.
around on your left on the ground.
You know what's hilarious? I already charged it, but I like when she goes off on a tangent
So,
and talks
question.
shit.
Well, this might be multiple questions. Question number 1. Is it on your left or her left? Because she's looking at the screen, and you're looking this way. Where was the cord? Where is the cord? Just tell me which side it's
plugged in. It's plugged in on the wall.
Lift a fucking hand up to which side it's on, for the love of God. Okay, it's on your left.
Yeah, I already charged it. So
Tim would be pleased about that.
Oh yeah, Tim's a big on the left. Hey, Brett, thank you for the
What's up, Brett?
Happy birthday.
I don't know. Did I say hi to Sean? I don't know if I did. What's up, Sean?
Okay, so enough said. It's not really worth even talking about. It's just a dull movie too. Really ashamed of Pixar. Get your shit together. So number 16, a movie I'm sure nobody saw, had a fucking terrible box office, and I could see why. She Said, the story about Harvey Weinstein. I did not think that you could make more of a feminist agenda in a movie that should support a feminist agenda, but here we are. This movie focuses more on feminist agenda than it does the actual story. So you leave this movie still not knowing the depravity of Harvey Weinstein. Just, I guess, a bunch of women were mad. They got together and they got rid of him. That's the gist I got from this movie. This is claiming to be an auto biopic or loosely the events that happened, but they're greatly exaggerated. And unlike the other movie that came out about Fox, this movie was not actually accurate whatsoever. So it's a shame because a lot of people were fucked over literally and figuratively by Weinstein. If there was one movie that definitely could have had a feminist agenda, it was this movie. Unfortunately, they went about it the completely wrong way, as Hollywood does, and it really pissed me off because I feel like this was an important thing to bring up. Like, PB, let me ask you a weird question. So, just for a second, hey, just call me Hen. Uh, Good to see you here
Oh,
and
Hen.
on my birthday stream. Uh, so let me ask you a question. If you were a feminist, just just bear with me.
I'm super loud. Am I super loud?
I don't think you're allowed. If you were a feminist,
I don't know. You're the only feedback I have audibly.
would you want to make sure that a piece of shit like Harvey Weinstein, that they told the story accurately? Wouldn't that be something you would want in your feminist movie? Against, like, the one time you talk about the evil male who made you do disgusting things, who should be in jail. Would you not make that movie the best you could if you were a raging feminist? I think you would, and still have that sexy
I
appeal.
don't know how to think as a raging feminist.
Krampus Jeeves. Hey, love that name. He's not Santa, he's Krampus. Yeah, so this movie
Timon said
is
that I'm super loud too. What the fucking fuck?
this movie is terrible. I really thought it was a disservice to all people involved. And worst of all, it was boring. It's a fucking boring movie. So yeah, bad movie. Not very many people seen it. Had a terrible box office. Now, number 15 hurts my soul. And I'll tell you why. Because I like two things about this movie. I like Rob Zombie and I love the monsters. But the Monsters movie is fucking god awful. Anybody who's a fan of it, picture Rob Zombie making a PG-13 film. Now, if you've seen any Rob Zombie movies, you know that's fucking hilarious. Um, Rob Zombie apparently cannot do humor unless he curses, and it's gross. And this movie proves that he can't make a movie without blood, tits, and swearing. Um, and some people hold this movie up. The dude who plays Grandpa Monster is hilarious. He really nailed the role. Sharon Moon Zombie is fucking horrible, as she is in every film, and I don't know why he keeps on casting his wife. No disrespect. She's good looking, but she can't fucking act to save her life. Um, so this movie is fucking terrible. It is, and I think it would have been better if he would have did it in black and white. But the colors are very weird when he goes for an old school feel, but the movie is in color and it feels like it should be in black and white, like the old show. There's so much fucking shit wrong with this. The story is very generic. The jokes are, I hate to use this term, they're dad jokes. It's terrible. Sat my daughter down to see this, and she told me to put on something else. So this movie has no appeal for anyone. I do feel bad because Rob Zombie really likes the monsters, but yeah, don't ever do a PG-13 movie again, Rob. Don't do that to us. You need to stay with R-rated films. It's fucking terrible. So, number 14. This one hurts my fucking soul too, because it's about my boy, my man, Liam Neeson, Mr. Taken himself. Yeah, I never thought Liam would ever end up on a list of bad movies.
I
But
watched a Liam Neeson movie not too long ago. What the hell was it called?
well, hopefully it's not Blacklight, because that's the one I have on here.
No, it was the one where he's like old man down by the border.
Okay, that was good. The Marksman.
Yeah,
Hello,
that's what it was.
Hawkash. Hello,
Sup,
Hawkash. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate you wishing me a happy birthday. I believe that is, or born today. uh, yes, I love Liam Neeson, but Blacklight is a fucking terrible movie. The plot makes no sense. It's very generic. Uh, it's good because it's R-rated, but Liam is showing his age. Some of the moves, I'm not gonna lie, he looks a little bit old, a little bit like he can't flip people over his shoulder much anymore. It was quite painful, and I really am sad to put it. Hey, Carrie, look, you might like it, but this movie's fucking terrible. It's terribly paced. It's very predictable. The bad guy. The best scene in the movie was the ending. And unfortunately, the rest of the movie just doesn't hold up. The storyline's very weak and thin, and kind of like Liam Neeson in this movie. I'm sorry, he just does not look good in this movie. He's showing his age, and I respect and love Liam. Look, I have been there when he has faced wolves. I love that movie when he's up north killing people. I fucking love the Taken
up
movies,
north
one,
killing
two, and
people.
three.
Up north killing people. The one with the snowplow.
Yeah, I think it would be an up north. He's up your way, plowing and fucking
I
shooting
don't
people.
remember the name of it. I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh, it was a great movie. That was a great movie. Oh, fuck, I wish I could remember the name of it. That was another good movie, too. Look, I think Liam is starting
Well, I mean,
to.
if he was shooting people in the other movie and now he's hitting them with a plow, I assume the name of the movie is The Plowman.
It should be called The Plowman. It was a fucking amazing movie. Um, Now, number 13. And I'm conflicted because this movie is so fucking stupid and bad that it's actually fun to watch. But it's frustrating because it's from the person who brought us the original Independence Day, Roland Emmerich, and it is Moonfall. Moonfall
You
is
didn't
a
like
fucking
Moonfall? You didn't like Moonfall? I
Moonfall
just
is
watched
a
the movie.
fucking terrible film. Moonfall
What?
Moonfall pisses me off because one, we
Buddy,
all
it's
know
got Samuel Tarly.
we all know the only one who holds up that movie was Samuel Tully. Without him, that movie is fucking dreadful. All of the characters, and I know this is blasphemy, but even Halle Berry, all of the characters are bad. It's like they bring zero acting. The story is a mess. It's fucking hard to understand, and the ending is ambiguous, like he was going to get a sequel. And Roland, let's be real, man, you should have figured out this movie wasn't going to get a sequel. It's slow. It's it's bad. The only bright spot in that movie was Samuel Tully, and he was great. I loved him, and I dare say he's the reason why I was conflicted about putting this movie on the list. Because don't get me wrong, you can have a bad movie that you'll still watch. Like if someone put this movie on, I would 100% watch this movie again. But it has no point, and it feels half finished because he thought he was going to get a sequel. Directors, shoot your movie like you're not going to get a sequel, please, because I will never know about what it meant with the fucking alien thing now. And all we know is Samuel Tully became one of the fucking aliens, but that's fucking left hanging now, and I'm never going to fucking see the sequel because it lost like $208 million. This movie was just very poorly paced. I think it had really bad pacing issues, to be honest. And I think if there would have been slightly more action and if he would have just gone ridiculous like he did Independence Day, I think it would have made the film better. But honestly, there's some points where it's just fucking slow and it's really painful to get to. That
In
with it,
in Moonfall, you thought there were
yes,
slow points. Where are the slow points?
like when they fucking get to the moon and like literally nothing is happening until the last half of the movie. They're
Get
just
to the
fucking
moon.
walking and talking, walking and talking,
Stuff's happening. I don't
walking and
know,
talking.
man. I feel like there's not a
Shots of the
whole lot
moon,
of walking and
walking and
talking.
talking,
There's
walking,
fucking
talking.
launching stuff. People are getting killed left and right. Natural disasters all over the place. The moon's setting every fucking 25 minutes or something. Like, it's wild.
No, I did not like it. I thought it was I was disappointed too because I expected so much more. I expected like okay, and maybe this is my fault for having such sky high expectations, but I expected like another Independence Day. You know what I mean? It's the original creator, man. This is like this is his he hadn't made a movie in years. So I was expecting like you know, Happy Independence Day, assholes, like that kind of like iconic, like a Bill Pullman speech, like you'll remember this is our Independence Day, like some, and there was nothing, man, nothing inspired me, nothing like it was just shit blew up in the beginning. They get to the moon to fuck up the aliens. They have to find them. Gets boring a while. Then big alien creatures, and then Samuel Tully gets fucked up, which really pissed me off because I'll never find out if he was an alien or not. And he was the best fucking person in the cast. Everybody looked like they were asleep when they were acting.
There's a reason why it seems like Hughes Queen is the only person promoting MoviePalette.com, because the odds of somebody wanting to get a movie palette from General Zod's most hated movies of 2022 is going to be so unbelievably slim. I wouldn't possibly want them, although Movie Palette just wants your money. So, go to MoviePalette.com and you can give them less money for their products. If you put in code ZONE15, you can save 15%. And you get to help your favorite sea-level villain, General Putz.
Thank you.
That's MoviePalette.com.
So yeah, but once again, like I like to say, these movies that are lower level, I could still have fun with this movie. Like if I would love to tape a reaction of me and you watching this movie. I think it'd be. I think it's a movie you can watch with your friends and riff on. I just wish that there was more. I wish there was more to the movie. I wish, man, I wanted an Independence Day again. You know what I mean? Like I wanted that kind of like the original director was back, man. This was supposed to be a franchise. It's just so sad because it has a lot of good aspects to it. But I think what puts it so high up is I'm so disappointed because I really expected this to be the next. Say
So,
he just
Carrie says, PB just almost spat my drink out because of you. But she did not, because she's a professional.
So the next
That's
movie.
right. What?
I'm trying. It's my fucking birthday. I don't want to be thinking about that. I want to be thinking about
Yes,
number 12.
Softcast. I'm woke. Oh, I am awake. Yes,
You're awoke.
I'm awoke. I've been
So
awoke.
number 12. So I'm counting this because Netflix wastes my time. Choose or Die. If you have not seen this movie, please click off the video so I don't spoil it for you. Watch it. It's only an hour and a half. Come back and see it. This movie is a fucking train wreck. But this movie is an entertaining train wreck because nothing makes sense. This movie breaks its rules within the movie. I'm not going to tell you guys everything that goes on, but basically picture an old school uh like computer game where you make choices and each choice something different happens. Well, they take that concept and they make a whole movie out of it. There is a hilarious scene with a giant rat chasing the protagonist's mothers, but we don't see it because clearly the movie didn't have the budget for it. They show it in a little like computer screen, like PV the 1989 big ass computers, like that kind of computer screen, the little green people. Yeah, they show like a little green person and this mouse chasing them, but they never show the scene. It's just through this computer screen. It is a fucking. It's a fucking it's a fucking train wreck. This movie though is hilarious. It's hilariously bad, and that's why this movie is a little bit lower down because I could still watch this movie and not be upset. Just puzzled at who thought a choose your adventure style movie would be good for a movie. Like I it's
like
like a
Final
choose your
Destination
own.
3.
It's a choose your own adventure game that kills you. It's I just Netflix. I guess it's better than Cuties. Like,
Wow.
I
What
mean,
high praise. High praise.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's at least better than Cuties, but this movie is terrible. But I'd still say watch it because you'll have at least a good laugh at how fucking terrible this movie is. But yeah, it definitely deserved to be on this list because it's not good. It's it's in no way, shape, or form a good movie. It's exactly what you think of it. It's very predictable, and oh my god, there's a very ridiculous scene at the end of this movie. If you don't want to watch this whole movie, just skip to the last 20 minutes of this movie. There is a beautifully ridiculous scene that happens between two characters. And it is the funniest shit that I've ever seen because it's the most convoluted showdown between our protagonist and antagonist. And by the way, the protagonist of this movie is the most horrible fucking person I've ever seen, and the choice she makes at
Wait,
the
what do
end
you
of this
mean by
movie,
horrible person?
like, you know how a protagonist at the end of the film they're supposed to make a choice that's supposed to be like selfless, like they
Well,
make a
Charlie and Moonfall? Motherfucker.
That's why he's higher up. So I'm still pissed. I'll never find out what happened to him. They're never gonna do another one. We just left Samuel fucking up there. We don't know if he became
He's
an alien.
dead.
No, I believe we'll have to do a
He got uploaded to the fucking Matrix guy like he's
but
Matrixized. He's dead, but his
but I
consciousness or what his memories or whatever, I don't know what that fucking thing is in
but
that
I
goddamn superstructure,
but
but
I
I
think
want to
he's
go there.
but I think he's gonna change their mind and stop it because he's funny. The computer had no sense of humor. That was the solution the whole time.
Yeah, but
He
you
was
would think like if this was going on in the moon, like how does the Stargate program not know about that?
well, who knows? Yes, they're horrible like a Snyder fan. This girl is worse. So essentially,
Ugh.
she
Snyder
does
fan. Snyder
basically
fan.
she makes a choice, and she's forced to play this game of choose or die. And
Oh my God, Hoff. How dark is that? Is this dark or is this hilarious? I'm not sure. Maybe it's
isn't
both.
life a
Isn't
choose?
life a choose your own adventure game that kills you?
God damn, Hoff, that's depressing.
I mean, it is true that life kills you. That's true, but I don't know if it's like, what if you choose an anti-adventure?
Speaking of a movie that's pretty high up here, but didn't crack my top list because it just narrowly got beat by the next movie,
No
Dash
shit.
Cam. This movie, Dash Cam.
So, I mean, I understand the concept of what Dashcam is probably supposed to be about from the title, but enlighten me.
So this movie follows an obnoxious, and I hate to say this because it makes all of us social personalities seem like assholes, but basically she's the equivalent of a blogger or streamer, and she does raps. She is the most fucking obnoxious.
Oh, like turkey bacon cheddar?
No,
Like she
no,
does raps?
like
Like what
lyrical,
type of
wraps.
Corn
Like,
tortillas or flour tortillas? Are
no,
the
no,
tortillas gluten free?
no, like 50-cent wraps. like, like,
Well, that's disappointing.
yeah. Also, too, this character in Dashcam, she is the most terrible person in the world. Oh, and also there's political statements about anti-vaxxers and things like that. Uh, this movie is it has an interesting creature. There is an interesting thing that is happening, but it's just the main person you're supposed to follow is an obnoxious cunt, and she is the worst part of this movie, and she doesn't fucking die. Spoiler alert, she doesn't fucking die. Her best friend, who's fucking awesome and a nice dude and the complete opposite of this fucking cunt, lives, but she doesn't die at all. The fucking creature gets her best friend, who's actually the decent dude, whose car she steals, by the way, and she lives. So the obnoxious dumb cut. I was sitting there watching the rest of this movie going, please, if there was ever a time I wanted a horror movie to kill the fucking main character, this is that time. Please. This is the first movie where I rooted for the death of the main character, and then the director fucking hit me in the face with his dick and said, ha ha ha! No, she lives. It was, oh my
She
God.
lives.
It was. I have never in my life. I will say this. Out of everything we've watched, all the obnoxious things like that, Black Christmas, Charlie's Angels, all this shit I watch. Out of
You
every
talking about the new Charlie's Angels
yes, even out of
with
that,
what, Kristen Stewart?
yes, even with those that we've
I don't
seen,
remember who the other two are.
this this lady in this movie makes them all look like Academy Award winners. She is the most horrid human being I've ever fucking seen put into film. And maybe I'm just fucked up and wrong, and this is brilliant because he's made a character that's truly unlikable. I've never seen somebody who's made a character this fucking unlikable. But here we are. Dash Cam is one of those movies where you get to the ending and you're cheering for the main person to be killed. And it's only an hour and a half, but it feels like 3 hours. It feels like I'm back watching Avatar again. Only it's only an hour. Have you ever been in a movie, PB, that's short and you start looking at your watch and you're going, fuck, how much longer is this? Like, because it's so fucking just like something's just grinding on your nerves so long. You're just sitting there going, God, when is this? When is this gonna end? Ah, fuck! I still got 20 minutes left. Like, that's what this. That's what this movie felt like. She was the worst character. I fucking hated this movie. I I really hope the person. I could never meet this person in real life. I'd probably punch them. That's how bad they are. So PB, we've made it.
You
We've
better
done it.
hope they're not connected to any bagels. What do you mean? We didn't do shit. You sat here and just bitched about a whole bunch of fucking movies, and I was like, I don't even know what that is, except Moonfall. You son of a bitch. That's Halle Berry.
To be fair, that's the least amount I bitched at.
Right, so if you bitch the least, how come it's not just an honorable mention? You move everything else up the list, and then I assume, like, if you put Thor on the list, Batman's got to be on the list, right?
Fuck no, are you kidding me? Batman's on my best movies. It's probably almost on my top 5, because you're fucking smoking crack if you
Yikes.
think that movie is
Top
bad.
5. You give even an 8, and it's in your top 5.
Yeah. I have
Yikes,
to
that's
do
a
it.
bad year. That's a bad year. There should be at least 5 nines. At least. I'm not saying that there should necessarily be a 10. There could be a 10. Like
Oh,
next
there's
year.
a 10 in there.
Next year. Holy fuck. Next year there's going to be a 10. I guarantee you. It's going to be like Morbius levels good. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about, right? You know
Carrie
what I'm
agreed
talking
with it.
about, right,
Nope,
Zod?
I was counting the minutes till it finished because of how bad it is. Yeah, I thank you. She knows. You must
Dude, do you know what movie is? It's a 10 right now. It can probably only go up from here. Like,
So,
it can only get higher and higher. You know what I'm fucking talking about in that?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh my God, Cocaine Bear.
Oh God, yeah, I can't wait. Fucking Cocaine
Nobody
Bear.
should be looking forward to anything more than Cocaine Bear. It's
Cocaine Bear.
Ray Liotta's last fucking film.
And probably the greatest one.
I don't know, man. He's got some pretty fucking
Yeah,
good
he's
ones
got
out
some great
there.
ones.
But that was, oh my God, it's gonna be so fucking good. He better not be in just like the Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park role. Well, I should say Jurassic Park. What's the fucking second one called? Fallen? Is that Fallen Kingdom? Or is that the new one?
No, that's Fallen Kingdom. But don't
What's the
worry,
new
that's
one?
on
Dominion.
here too.
The new one's Dominion. Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's on here too.
I didn't even see that one.
So
at least I know what it is.
Number 10, one you haven't seen. The 355, and that is my thumbnail for this. This movie is fucking terrible. And my issue with this film is that not that there's an all-female cast, which some assholes will say, or not because they berate and belittle every male in the movie, and every male is a villain in the movie, but because the sheer fucking hubris. Star Trek joke if you guys haven't seen Picard. I don't blame you. I'm the only idiot still watching it. Anyways, the 355 is a fucking terrible movie because it doesn't make sense as far as the plot that happens. There's a particular scene that breaks the immersion, and it's a shame because there were a lot of good actresses in this film. There's some people who give pretty solid moments of performances, but unfortunately, it buckles with the need for girl power, and they
What do you
forget
mean?
to write
What's
the
wrong?
story.
You got something against girl power? Ain't you got a daughter?
No, I got something against poorly written girl power. We're talking like Batwoman. That's not girl power. That actually sets women back by like a decade.
Now you're talking smack against Batwoman.
Oh yeah, it's fucking garbage. Come on.
The best comedy DC's ever made.
Exactly my
What
point.
the fuck, man?
Exactly.
You want to know
my
how
point.
good Batwoman is? It's a better comedy than Doom Patrol, which is not a comedy. Doom Patrol is 100% serious all the time. Is it not, Zod?
Oh, absolutely. There's some sad. There is some.
I told you, Carrie. I
There is some
fucking told
sad
you.
shit in Doom Patrol.
100% serious all the time in the Doom Patrol. It is not a comedy. Just because you laugh at a joke does not make it a comedy.
Hey,
It's a
Carrie,
serious show for serious people.
Whoa, Carrie. There will be no slander of the Barbie trailer on this fucking fandom. So that looks like a great movie. I can't fucking wait. It's like one of my most anticipated movies of 2023. Fucking Margot Robbie as Barbie. Are you? It's I can't wait. It's gonna be fucking amazing. And when I say amazing, Carrie, I mean it's going to be a spectacular train wreck to watch. This movie.
Oh, come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
No, I can't wait. Honestly, that movie is going to be such a spectacular fucking weird movie. It might be one of my favorites. I can't wait. It's so weird. They're in Barbie Town. I looked at the trailer. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I see Margot Robbie in like a swimsuit thing, and I'm sold. You got my ticket. So
Fantastic Beasts 3 came out.
Yeah, don't worry. That's on.
People watched it.
We'll get to that. So number 9. Number 9.
Number 9. I feel like I skipped a bunch of numbers, but we're back.
So, number 9 on this list is going to be Bros. If you guys haven't seen Bros is a gay love story. I'm not being fucking like, I'm not saying.
I've never heard of it. Wait a second.
I mean, it's literally. Okay, you love it.
Why? No. Pause. Pause. Please pause. And answer a simple question of mine. Why did you see it?
I saw this movie because the director came out and insulted everyone and said, if you're not manly enough to see this movie, then you're homophobic. And I said, challenge accepted. So I wanted to see this movie. And it's by the dude who made Bridesmaid. So it's
Okay,
supposed to be a
Bridesmaids
comedy,
is fucking hilarious.
which is hilarious, right? So I
Yeah.
had I had some optimism, and I went to see this movie, and this movie is by far the worst attempt at a comedy. And why the comedy is so bad, PB, is because unlike Bridesmaid, he weaves a political message with the comedy, so it falls flat. And it makes heterosexual people look like fucking
It's
idiots.
called. Wait, the movie's called Bros.
Bros.
Do
The whole
gay guys call each other bros?
I have no fucking clue.
Because when I think of it, like I was literally just watching Hawkeye yesterday, and everyone who was saying bros to each other is the tracksuit mafia. So I don't know.
and Timon is actually right. That's why Strange Worlds is lower on the list. It was gay
Okay,
aliens.
strange. Wait, you're anti-gay now?
No, my problem is,
I just want to
and
keep all of your bigotry straight here.
yeah, my problem with this movie is that I
Yes.
went with Mother Zod at this one. If you guys don't know, my mom is gay, so
Yes, we know. Everybody knows this.
I wanted the
You
perspective to
want
see if
you want to you want to know why you want to know why she's
I
gay? You want to know why
okay.
she's gay? I know why
No,
she's
no,
gay. She's gay
no,
because General Zod exists.
no.
Ah, ah,
Fuck you! I
fuck
lost
you,
it
Father
finally.
Zod.
So I wanted to know.
That was not a
Okay,
burn against you. That was not a burn against you. That was a burn against your father. Fuck pie.
well, that's a story. Anyways, I wanted to know if the gay community found this funny. Like maybe, okay, maybe the humor in the words of the great Brie Larson, right? Maybe this humor is not meant for me. So what others odd? I'm like, watch this movie with me. It's about some gay dudes who start a relationship, wacky shenanigans ensue. Tell me if you think this is funny, right? So we go and see it, and she goes, "That movie offended me." I go, "Whoa, wait, what?" She goes, they make gays seem like bigots, like they don't like straight people or whatever else. She goes, I have nothing against straight people. I just prefer the other side, right? But I don't hang out with my straight I don't hang out with my straight friends and go, why the fuck
Way
aren't
to
you
parse it, guy.
like I'm trying to be delicate here. But she's like, I don't go to my straight friends and go, why the fuck aren't you gay? You fucking nerd. Like it's just it's this movie pissed me off because this is kind of personal to me on a serious note. It really belittles a community of people, and it makes them seem like you put them in this bubble like every gay person is going to agree with your view, like all straight people are assholes or stuff, and that's just not true. It's just a philosophical difference. And the movie very much attacks everybody who doesn't feel the same way that I guess the director feels. And it's very poorly done. And it actually offended my mom, which was surprising. So I was like, okay, was it just me? The movie is more offensive towards the community that supposedly it's propping up. And this is why we talk about how you should not put politics in films, right, PB? Because you have sometimes when you put politics into a film, you focus on the politics and you forget the rest of the fucking movie.
I don't want to talk about The Last Jedi.
So we're on to say you understand. It got, let's just say it got Ryan Johnson. Enough said. Our good friend went to the dark side, so Hey, Generation Productions, what's up? Thank you for coming to my birthday bash / top 20 worst movies of 2022. So, we are at number fuck. I am getting drunk.
Number fuck.
Number fucked. Okay, yeah, actually, this fits. So now I'm gonna start
Okay.
ranting more.
Wait a second. So this is your most hated movie off of Pornhub?
Yeah, man, I was disappointed, and that'll be creepier when I
So
say what movie it is.
We said it was gonna have a story, and all I did was fuck the whole time.
I was disappointed. I was like, I expected more than just, hey, I've got a large delivery for you. I need some substance in my porn. Like, maybe she's a broken housewife and divorced, and, the plumber comes over in her time of need and comforts her. See, I can make a fucking Academy Award winning porn. Anyways, I mean, that's pretty much all the Academy Awards are. Porn. They gratify themselves. Am I right? Anyways, number 8. And please, for the love of God, Bitchy will agree with me.
No. Number fuck.
Number fucked, which is 8.
No. Just fuck, not fucked. Just fuck. Number fuck.
Okay, so this movie is Pinocchio. This was the fucking.
See, I do know what Pinocchio is, and you know that I was never going to see it.
So, Tom Hanks.
Wait a second, isn't this one the horror version?
No, don't confuse it with the good one with Guillermo del Toro. I have yet to see that one. No, this is Tom Hanks is in it. Well, actually, it is a horror movie because
I'm going to
Tom
see
Hanks.
the horror one, but I'm not going to see just like the live action remake because
So,
No.
Tom Hanks plays Geppetto, and this is the
Boom! There we go.
scariest.
Sorry, I didn't mean to clap into the microphone.
Oh, hey, Jackie. Hey,
Birthday, says Jackie. What's up, Jackie?
Hey, I sent you a link. Tom Hanks plays Geppetto, and when I tell you Tom Hanks is creepy, okay, let me just ask you a question and see if you ever pictured this. Have you ever pictured a movie where Tom Hanks would be in a smock with just, I guess, underwear things on, holding up a wooden boy, yelling, "My boy, my boy, my boy," dancing around a room? Because if you ever wanted to see that, which I never thought I'd see Tom Hanks like that, this movie's for you. This movie is just fucking weird. Everything that's done in this movie is done worse than the original. The only CGI that works in it is the fox, which Bitchy commented on. And Bitchy even said that movie was fucking horrible. This movie was just fucking weird. I don't know why they told Tom Hanks to go with a Nazi German voice for this film, but he does, and I feel weird every time he's on screen and he says creepy shit. This is a bad movie. This is really bad, and I am so glad they released this on Disney Plus because I think they would have terrified young kids when really Pinocchio is a great story and has really good wholesome messages, but I can never get out of my head the image of Tom Hanks in a smock and underwear yelling "my boy" to a 8-year-old. Granted, it's wooden, but the implication is creepy. Dancing around the room with a wooden puppet that looks creepier or as creepy as he is. This movie is just fucking weird. I don't know who fucking smoked a ton of fucking crack and approved this, but somebody was doing some good shit. And they said, yo, we get Tom Hanks, right? And we have him do a German accent. And then we do everything in CG. And then we have him dance around in his underwear. And my boy, that's a powerful movie. Like, Disney, who are you hiring to make these movies? This was the weirdest fucking movie. This movie was a horror movie. This was not a kids movie.
So it was a horror movie.
Oh, it was terrifying, BB. Fucking terrifying.
Because you saw Tom Hanks dancing in his underwear?
It's the way he does it, and he looks
He's super
lovingly.
white.
Exactly.
He doesn't
it's
dance. Not
I,
good.
exactly. This yes,
Although he is an
Geppetto
actor,
is
this guy's a
Italian.
professional. So if he's got the choreography, I'm sure. Like if it was,
Yes,
you're
thank
telling me
you.
this
And
creepy scene
Geppetto
was choreographed.
and
But
Geppetto's
Geppetto's
Italian.
Italian.
And in the movie, he does a German accent. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
Does he
I
wear
don't like it.
lederhosen?
No, he doesn't wear the lederhosen either. That was disappointing. I expected at least one scene
Like if
like
you're
that.
gonna go all in, you gotta go all
You,
in. Like
you
let's
got to go
not dick
all in.
around here,
Yeah.
Tom. What the fuck? I'm never watching this.
Don't. Well, this movie is the stuff of nightmares. Like this movie legitly terrified me, and I considered putting it on the top 10 best horror movies because this movie was so fucking. It was scary. But not in a way that Disney planned. There was nothing heartfelt about it. I wanted it to end, and Tom, get a new agent. Like he fucking missed the mark on Elvis, even though that was a good movie, but he was very weird in it. And in this movie, he's very fucking weird. I don't know what's going on with Tom Hanks, but he needs a hug or a Kit Kat or something. He's taking some fucking weird turns, and I don't like it, PB. I don't like it. Tom Hanks is scaring me, and he's a great actor. What the fuck is happening, PB?
He's doing his passion projects.
Oh God. If that's his passion, I don't want to know what's going on. I don't want to even know what the fuck is going on. But the movie scared the shit out of me, and that's why it's so high up. It's like I sometimes close my eyes and I see Tom Hanks' white ass with terrible dancing, saying "my boy," and I wake up in cold sweats, going, "Oh shit!" Oh, thank God Tom Hanks is not in my room. Just picture you wake up and Tom Hanks is in your room, staring at you, talking in a German accent. That's what this movie is like. So, are you ready to do number 7 in your sexy movie list?
Number after fuck. What's up, GP?
Oh, hey GP. Yeah, I'll check my messages after this. I'm kind of locked in. I'm doing my list, but I'll check the messages in a bit. So this hurts my soul to put this movie on here because if you guys don't know, probably a favorite on this channel, a person who's just iconic is on this list, and it fucking hurts me to do this. It doesn't anger me. This movie just hurts me to have it on this list. But number 7 is Kevin Bacon's They Them. This is a fucking terrible horror movie that is about a group of teens who go to a conversion therapy camp because they are confused about their sexuality, apparently. And so they're going to get them straight on what they should like and shouldn't like. Now, this movie should work, but the problem is the movie falls apart. The plot is very predictable, and this is probably Kevin Bacon's worst performance. Um, and it's interesting because Kevin Bacon championed for this movie because he has he has kids, and one of his kids identifies as something else. So he wanted to do this movie to get the awareness out there, and I wanted to like this movie because PB, it's Kevin
Because you
fucking
don't want
Bacon.
to be a bad person like Kevin Bacon got kidnapped and taken off world.
Exactly. It's Kevin Bacon. You can't. But unfortunately, this movie is just a terrible movie. The mystery is easy to solve. The political message is in your face constantly. And the end really does a disservice to the whole movie. And the problem is the people who are identifying as something else, instead of making them likable, they're all kind of assholes. So when they die, you don't feel bad, which is counterproductive to the message because they want you to feel bad for people who are dealing with these struggles. I think the movie handles the message of people being who they are very terribly. And I feel really bad because I don't want Kevin Bacon to be on this list. I love Kevin Bacon. You love Kevin
Dude, you're
Bacon. The Guardians love
you're
Kevin
putting
Bacon.
like all of your favorites on this list.
It hurts me. It hurts my soul. This one,
You put Chris Hemsworth on the list. You put
I
who was the
it was a rough
why
year
am I
for that
Liam
man.
Neeson on the list?
I know.
You put Jared Leto on the list.
I feel like Chris Jericho. They were going on lists. Now
You're
I
just
know how.
list.
Now I know how Chris Jericho felt. Like it's hard to
Chris
put people
Jericho,
like that.
first undisputed champion in all professional wrestling. Fucking A,
And
man.
he took
God
Undertaker's
damn.
fire.
Can you imagine if he was here?
Could you imagine if you worked in the fucking mental hospital with Chris Jericho? How
I
fucking
don't
cool
give
would
a
that
fuck.
be?
I would work anywhere with Chris Jericho.
I would work anywhere with Chris Jericho. Yes. So number 6 was very easy. Number 6, and I got to preference this.
Number 6.
I don't like the original of this
Number
movie,
6.
but Firestarter. This movie is a fucking bonfire.
The hell is Firestarter? Is this like an arson movie?
So Firestarter was originally made by Stephen King, and it has a terrible 80s movie. I don't give a fuck what people say, with Halle Berry in it. And basically, it's a kid who sets fires with her mind. She's a pyrokinetic. And the government chases her down, and she fucks people up with fire powers.
Did I watch this?
Probably not. It was like
She
back in
killed
the
her
80s.
parents?
She kills a
No,
lot of
you
people.
just said there was a fucking new one, guy. What do you mean back in the 80s? Are you not talking about the new movie? Are these not the same movie? Is it not the
This
same
is
fucking
the
plot? Is it not like
no.
watching Carrie or Carrie?
No. This is the remake. The remake is worse because they do the same plot and then they do it even worse.
Worse. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Everyone knew
And
that was coming.
and here's the thing:
How do they do it worse? I don't even know what the fucking plot is, guy. Get it together.
So the plot, so basically, the story goes that these two parents were experimented on by the government, and they developed kind of like superpowers.
I did watch this fucking movie, didn't I? Or did I just watch the trailer?
You might have watched it, and unfortunately,
Who's the guy? Let me look.
Zac Efron is in it.
Yeah, I fucking watched. You didn't like this fucking movie?
I fucking hated the first one, and this one is worse. The only good part about this movie, well, two good parts, was Zac Efron and the weird assassin Indian guy. I liked him. He had no fucking point. Don't know why he saved the little girl at the end. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But those were the two best parts of this movie. This movie is painfully bad. What makes it worse is this girl is supposed to be the protagonist, but I stopped giving a shit about a person who lights a cat on fire. I'm sorry. If you light animals on fire, then you can't be a good person. You're a serial killer.
Dude, she blew the door off of that fucking stall. Just fire.
It was terrible, and I hate the first movie, but this movie made me
I don't remember what happened at all. I know I watched it, and I don't remember what happened.
Exactly my point.
But there was still some. Yeah, but I just remember the fucking bathroom stalls all blowing off. And they're like, "We gotta go. We're being hunted by the government because I'm a freak. You're a freak. She's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky."
This movie was painfully boring. It was generic, and I thought that they would do something interesting. If you're going to make this little girl kill a cat,
who does anything interesting in a remake?
Isn't that the point? If you're remaking something, you're adding something to it. You're not making it worse.
No, you're not necessarily supposed to make it worse. Like if I wanted to remake something, I'd want to pick something that's very old, probably before the black and white split. 1, you're adding the color to it. 2, whatever lame ass effects they're using then, you get to upgrade the effects now. But do I want to change the story? No. Why? I'm lazy.
So we're on my top 5.
Why would you change the story or something? I don't want to change the story. I just want to make it look better. I just want to make it. It's like remaking a video game. Like, do you not like the remastered versions of your PlayStation 1 games? Do you not like those? Everybody was freaking out when Spider-Man PS1 remastered's coming. They were like, oh, fuck yeah. Because all they want is the
Keep going,
game
I gotta
that
get
they
more booze.
love. Yeah, nobody is surprised that you need to get more booze. You're like a goddamn Sith. For tiny little smidgens of alcohol. Because if you gave them the giant bottle, it'll only be like that far down. It'd be like, oh, I don't think I can finish the stream, guys.
Hey,
Fuck. I don't
comment.
remember what I was fucking talking about now. I've talked myself into drinking. Son of a bitch.
You know, fuck, you're asking the guy who's like halfway down his bottle of Fire Jack to remember the conversation?
Yeah, I know. Like I was Timon agrees with me. I forgot what I was saying. Isn't that wonderful? And I was gonna make an excellent fucking point.
Keep going, I'll be right back.
Keep going where? I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know where I started. Been doing this for like almost 90 minutes already, and we just go movie after movie after movie. I don't even remember what the fucking movie is that we're on anymore. I know that I was talking about Firestarter and Zac Efron and Doors Blown Off, and you're like, it's worse. Something about remakes. Okay, I'm getting closer. We're getting closer. Something about remakes. And then, oh yeah, see, Planet Q's King said Firestarter. Brett says my biggest gripe is how they force mobile phones into modernize, but the strain on doing so distracts from the movie. Okay, there was
Yes.
something about remakes, and making it look good. Changing the story? No, yeah, remastering video games. Everybody fucking loves remastered video games. Who doesn't love remastered video games? Now, the other side of that coin is, if you're going to remake a video game, you know who remakes a video game like a motherfucker?
Who?
Pokemon.
Oh God. How did I know that
So,
was? I shouldn't have even asked.
you look at those fucking remakes. You got the original Red and Blue, and then Generation 3 comes around. They're like, we need to get the rest of the Pokemon in Generation. Fire Red, Leaf Green. Everything from the original is there, plus, just plus. So if I could remake something and just do the plus, same thing happened with Generation 2, Gold and Silver. Generation 4 comes around, boom, you get remakes, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Everything from the original is there. It's all still there. Everything that you love, all those nostalgic feelings can be brought back because all of the sites and everything, they're all still there. Plus. So no, I don't want to change the story. But if you can add something inside of it that people are going to enjoy, whether it be like some gruesome death or some jokes that aren't there, like adding something light to a scene that you thought might have been a bit too heavy in the first one, like that, there are things that you can do in a remake so that it's still the same movie. Because no, I don't want it to be fucking different. I don't want it to end up different. I'll be like, no, I want to see how you made it look. I don't want to see how you changed the story and stole the fucking name, because that's not what a fucking remake is.
Exactly.
I want the remake to have the same story, but you're telling me that Firestarter did the story worse.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, because I ain't never seen the original.
I hate to say
they
it. They
remastered Pac-Man. Fuck yeah, people love that.
So, are
Boom.
you ready?
Timon says it simply. PB, all we want is the same game, but prettier and running smoothly. Boom.
Facts.
Which is not the newest Pokemon game. Pretty doesn't run smoothly.
So, let's go to, are you ready? Say in your booming voice.
Number 5.
These are the creme of the creme. These are the ones I'm going to rant about, and the first one has been on my hit list for a while.
Take a nap.
So, this movie, the goal of the person who made this movie. You guys probably have heard of this movie because it's been on Twitter. Fucking Tall Girl 2. First of all,
whoa.
I will explain.
Never heard of Tall Girl. So, Tall Girl 2?
It's a Netflix movie. Yes. First of all,
Netflix movies?
We didn't need the first one, but here's the premise of the movie.
We didn't need the first one.
here's the premise of this movie. And this pisses me off because I'm not exactly the tallest guy. So I hate this fucking argument. But this whole movie is about the struggle, PB. The struggle this bitch has because she's tall. This movie is so fucking condescending and so offensive to a person who maybe may not be exactly short, but might not be the appropriate height that most guys are at. To hear somebody who is tall go, my life is so hard because guys don't like me because I'm tall. What high school do you go to? I knew when I went to high school, tall girls got dudes all the time. So I'm fucking confused about what this movie is supposed to say. What the tall girls who are tall have issues? They're angry with being tall. PB, have you once in your fucking life have you once met a woman who was tall that hated being tall? I haven't. I'm 38 today. 38 years. I've never.
Sure. I've met a few women that are like, oh man,
Okay,
being
all right. Let
tall.
me ask you this then. Have you ever met guys who are like, you know what? This chick looks hot, but I'm not gonna date her because she's tall.
No, that
I've
doesn't.
never heard that. I've never heard in my whole entire
No,
life. I've never.
if you're a cute girl, it doesn't matter how tall you are. If you're a cute girl. Now, if you're not a cute girl, you got to find somebody who wants what you look like.
I mean, and this movie. Oh my! So there's a love triangle in this movie because of course there's a fucking love triangle.
Talk, girl. No,
And,
Sean. Tall. Tall. Tall, not talk.
like it was bad. And she goes, Brett Cohen goes, think you missed she was clumsy and awkward. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm tired of tall people complaining. All right, do you know how fucking hard it is at my job? Because the grill is fucking longer than my arms, and I gotta fucking bend over to mash the fucking patties down. And then when I'm cleaning the fucking grill, I get burned 15 fucking times because I gotta reach my arm all the way to the fucking back of the grill to wipe the grease to the front. You know what my friend who's taller than me gets to do? He just
Look,
stretches
if
his leg.
you get burned that frequently by the grill, I'm gonna have to step my game up.
This motherfucker that I work
There you
with.
go, Sean. You got it now,
He,
Sean.
he just reaches and goes like this, and bam, he's done. Like one fucking swipe, he can clean everything. He do it, never gets a fucking burn. You want to know why? Because being tall is fucking awesome, and I hate this fucking notion. Like, oh, but when you're tall, it's hard. I hit my head sometimes in the doorway. You know what? I got carded at a ride at a fucking roller coaster because apparently I wasn't tall enough according to the fucking height chart. Okay?
That's epic. That is epic.
So don't come to me, tall people, with your fucking issues going, oh, you have no clue how hard it is. My life is so difficult because two boys are arguing about me, but one doesn't like me because I'm tall, but the other one does, blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking stupid movie. I have no clue why this fucking thing was made, and I have no clue how it got a sequel. Who's watching this? Is there a group of tall people who are like, yeah, the struggle is real? Any tall people in the fucking chat who can answer me, do you have these struggles? Am I just being an asshole? Is there something I'm missing because I'm short and angry? Maybe it's I'm short and angry, so I don't understand the plight of tall people. I don't fucking get it. It's I don't understand. Like
I believe you.
it like uh I just I it's the type of movie where she's doing stuff that I wish I could do easily, and you know how you just get mad every scene you've seen, and they play it like it's such a struggle for her and she's awkward and clumsy and tripping or whatever, but like she doesn't really fall. She catches her balance very easily. There's nothing really embarrassing. She can reach fucking a jar of tomatoes on the top shelf. Like,
Oh damn! Here we go.
it,
Somebody
it,
to
it-
actually keep you in check.
Good
hey,
evening.
what's up, LB?
What's up, cousin?
Good evening, gentlemen.
I'm doing my top 20 worst movies, and it's my birthday.
Today's your birthday?
Yep,
Indeed.
Well,
the
happy
big
birthday to you.
3-8. Oh,
The big 50, huh?
fuck you.
Got him.
Oh God. LB,
That was
it
beautiful.
feels like that.
Hey man, it's okay, man. 50 is like the new 20 according to some people.
No, 50 is 50.
You're right.
So I'm doing my top 20 list. I'll just go over it briefly for the movies you missed. I had Thor, I had Morbius, Hocus Pocus 2, Strange Worlds, She Said, The Munsters. What was 14? Blacklight. Uh, 13 was Jesus Christ. I am getting kind of intoxicated. We'll just go to 12 was Choose Your. Oh, 13 was Moonfall. 12 was Choose or Die. 11 was Dash Cam. Number 10 is the 355. Number 9 was man, I should have wrote this more coherently. 9 I can't remember. Number 8 was Pinocchio. Number 7 was They Them. Number 6 was Firestarter, and I was ranting about my number 5, which was Tall Girl. LB, are you tall?
Um, that's a random question, but
I just you tall?
I mean, what do you consider to be tall?
Taller than me at 5 something. I'm not gonna tell back that.
I mean, if you're not going to say what your height is, then how can I consider myself to be tall or not?
Maybe like 5'5", 5'6", somewhere in there.
Wow, my mom's taller than you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I would be tall then, way taller than you.
Okay, so there's this movie
Yeah.
that's at my number 5 on my worst movies of 2022, and it's Tall Girl 2. And basically, this whole movie is about her complaining about being tall. Have you struggled being tall? Has it been a rough go at life because of your height?
Well, here's a funny story. I stopped growing in like sixth, seventh grade. Like I in elementary, I was practically taller than everybody, and my mom thought I was going to the NBA because I was so tall for my age. But then I never grew again, so she cursed me. But no, I've never had issues with my height.
And,
This just
and
sounds
Brett, you
stupid.
ain't even right. You see this comment? Zod, can you confirm if you're taller than Tim Cruise?
Tim Cruise.
Tim.
Wow.
Tim. Don't know how
Cruise,
tall
right?
Tim is. I know it's just a typo because they're right next to each other, but it makes
Yeah.
for a funny one.
Yeah. Tim Cruise. All right.
He might be taller than Tim. He might be taller than Tim.
I might be taller than Tim. I'm not. Anyways, you want to do number 4 on my worst movies? We're getting to the cream of the crop. We're on number 4. Did you want to do your?
Number 4.
So number 4 on my worst movies is Fantastic Beasts 3. Fantastic Beast is an interesting series because
Oh,
I
the
didn't have an
Johnny Depp. No.
no. Uh, this movie
Way to
had
go, Warner Brothers.
this movie had so much potential, but here's the issue. And if you take out the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing out of this movie's just a bad movie because it's a giant mess. Nothing makes sense.
Nobody said anything about Amber Heard. Amber Heard is not in Fantastic Beasts. And you know who
No,
else
no,
isn't
I'm
in
just saying
Fantastic
with the
Beasts?
controversy
Johnny Depp.
around the movie.
Who cares about the controversy around the movie? Was the movie good or not? No, it's number fucking 4 or 5.
But
Sorry, number 5. Wait, what number we
number
on?
4. It's
I
number
said
4.
number 4.
And it's just a bad movie. It's a mess. Mads Mikkelsen, bless his soul, tries really hard, and I think he's a great actor. But it's just the script is poorly written. The overall plot doesn't make sense. they're trying to rig a wizard election, and they try to at the end swap these beasts, and if the beasts bow to you, you become the next prime minister of magic. It makes no sense to me why you would
Magic
have
Minister.
it's like if you took Groundhog's Day, like
And made it
Groundhog
shit.
Day. Yeah, like if you took the groundhog and you used that to pick a president.
I never
That's what they
watched
do
any
in
of
the
these
Wizard
movies.
World.
I didn't watch number 1. I didn't watch number 2. I'm definitely not watching number 3. I
Right.
don't
Like
even think I've watched all of the regular Harry Potter movies.
Whoa,
like
whoa, whoa! Oh,
I'm
Potter.
a Harry Potter fan. I'm a big
Oh
Harry
yeah.
Potter
Yeah, I
fan. Like
know, I know. I'm at
this,
the bottom of the totem pole here.
like this right here is just like it don't exist to me. Like you know how some people just can't get over something existing.
Oh
Like,
yeah, Last Jedi don't exist.
right. Like this, it don't exist to me. Like I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. It's just whatever. Like they this is you know what's funny? Because Warner puts out this, right? Like they basically put out they made a book. Like, what was the book? The book. It was like 2 pages or something. They made a whole
Book.
story out of it.
Book of
Yep.
what?
The Newt Scamander story or something.
Yeah, it was a story or concept that J.K. Rowling, that bitch, has gone off the wheels. Yeah.
So you know what's funny about that? This is the same company that did that, and then they took made House of the Dragon, which is kind of like the same kind of concept. Like they made a
House of
whole
the Dragon
series.
is so good. It's
Right, they made a whole series out of like some short stories or whatever.
But they did it good. And
Right.
this one, LB,
Right.
that's what's confusing. And this one was shit. It's like, is it picking directors? I don't know. Or maybe they gave JK too much power.
See,
I don't know what went wrong. That's my issue with this and why it's so high on my list. It's
the
like,
thing is, right, just because you could write a book, it don't mean you could write a screenplay.
100%. Like, look, I respect JK for the magical world she created. We love Harry Potter, us fans, right? It's a great, compelling story. But when you have time to write and flesh out a world versus making a screenplay where you have to concisely tell your story within a 1 to 2 hour frame, or 1.5 to 2 hours now these days, 3, right? You only have a set amount of time to tell a story, and JK can't work in those confines. This movie could have been the next Harry Potter trilogy. They could have even brought back an older cast later or something like that, or connected to these movies, but they did a fucking terrible job. This movie is shit, and I knew it was going to be shit. To the defense of the movie, one positive thing: Mads Mikkelsen is good. Mads, get a new agent. I don't know how you keep on getting roped into these shitty movies. Like, the man needs another agent, because Mads Mikkelsen gives 110% to projects that don't fucking deserve it. Like, he was good at Star Wars. He's good at all these fucking movies, but he gets so much shit and lumped into these group of people who can't fucking act. Like, I really think he needs another agent. He needs to, like, get better representation. Matt, please get a better agent. I want you to succeed. I mean, you went from fucking Doctor Strange to Fantastic Beasts 3. What is your agent doing? Sleeping?
Wow. I legit forgot he was in Doctor Strange. Like
Yeah.
like you
He
were
was like the
talking, right? No,
That is
listen, no.
rough
You were
to moan. That's rough to moan.
you were sitting here talking about him, and I was like, I know he's been in a Marvel movie, but like,
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% sure that he was in the
No,
Marvel
because,
movie.
no, because he goes right into the role where you don't see Mads Mikkelsen. You just see what the hell's his goddamn name?
Fuck, I forgot. It was some weird name. It was some weird ancient
Yeah,
name.
some weird freaking name. I don't remember it.
So, number 3, and you guys should have seen this coming.
Number 3.
So, number 3, we're getting to the ones I'm going to rant on. Jurassic World Dominion. This movie...
Yeah, wait a second. Whoa. You ain't like dinosaurs no more.
This movie is fucking terrible. This movie is a gigantic mess. This movie is giant fucking coincidences. Okay, there's one
Wait,
scene...
whoa. Hold on. You ain't like dinosaurs no more.
I love dinosaurs. I don't like them in this movie. This this there is one scene where I realized
Just one.
how fucking contrived this whole entire movie was. So they're being chased by the fucking T-Rex. They
The
roll
regular T-Rex or the super T-Rex?
no, the regular T-Rex. They
No,
roll the as they're being chased, they roll off this narrow road and they meet the characters they were trying to find the whole movie. So how the group meets up
that's
is
that's
by
awesome.
chance. No, it's a fucking terrible movie. This movie is
Why don't
fucking
you don't like it
horrendous.
when you
I
don't like
saw this
anything to happen
movie.
by chance? You don't like anything to happen by chance.
No. I hate the fact that in order for this movie to work, a lot of fucking coincidences happen simultaneously. That's not good story writing. That's shit story writing. Look, when I went into this movie, I hated Fallen Kingdom. I liked Jurassic World. Fallen Kingdom was garbage. And then this one, I was like, okay, we've got fucking Sam Neill.
She outran a T-Rex in
Exactly. Anyways, that's one of my complaints. But anyways, so you got Sam Neill, you got Jeff Goldblum. I mean, you got the OG cast, so I was like, at the very least, they would be good. But they're so fucking underutilized, and they've got the fucking worst B plot. We've got to go track down these giant locusts. Why? No reason. They can cure something. Don't ask questions. And they go off to find giant fucking bugs. And I
Wait,
don't
what is
care
it
about
curing?
the
What
other
is it
cast.
curing?
I don't even remember. It was fucking stupid. The giant locusts
Must
were
have been AIDS.
So this movie wasted. Like, if you're gonna go ridiculous, what I expected to see in Dominion, right, is that okay, Fallen Kingdom happens, now dinosaurs are in our world. What I thought I was going to see was T-Rex fucking eating cars, eating people, fucking Triceratops fucking bulldozing over some skateboarder or something, some cool shit, right? I would have been happy if the dinosaurs were the star of the show. But the truth is, the dinosaurs get mentioned for about 5 minutes. Like, oh my god, there's pterodactyls and shit all over the place. This
That's
is
about how
bad.
long they're mentioned in the Bible, too.
Yeah, and
It's a fact. Crazy
LB,
shit,
go
eh?
ahead. I know you. What did you?
Did you see this
Jurassic-
movie, LB?
Man, I've only seen one Jurassic Park movie. That's the first one. Like I don't,
Aww.
I don't get the appeal. But
You
like,
don't like. Whoa. No, you ain't like dinosaurs.
I mean, dinosaurs are fine. I just don't get the appeal of the movies. But like,
Dinosaurs is the appeal.
but this one right here, right? Like, I saw about the locust thing, right? And I was just like, are y'all serious here?
Exactly. It's just like, and the thing about it is that the plot, that locust plot doesn't amount to anything really significant in the movie. Like, there's something with the DNA, and the daughter has this DNA that's supposed to be able to fix shit, or the DNA will fix her because she's made because of that stupid fucking thing in Fallen Kingdom where she's a clone of dinosaur and human. I don't know. I fucking checked out in that movie too. I thought it was garbage. And I only saw this because Bitchy loves dinosaurs. And we're sitting here watching it going, this is fucking terrible. Like, look, do what they did in Godzilla and Kong, right? If you're gonna go fucking crazy with a concept of giant dinosaurs, then fucking make them the focus of movie. I want to see a T-Rex fucking eating random civilians walking around. I want to see a pterodactyl grab a fucking jet plane and throw that shit. Like, go crazy. You have dinosaurs in the real world, and they mention it for 5 minutes. And PB, there's dinosaurs in the real world. Like, you would think throughout the movie there'd be broadcasts like, oh shit, a Triceratops just took out a fucking semi or something like that. But they mention it for 5 minutes and it doesn't come back up, and then stupid shit happens. Now,
So you think dinosaurs just like move into downtown Los Angeles just because they
but
can?
the implication is they are. They specifically say they're in major cities. They're in Paris. They're everywhere. The dinosaurs are fucking everywhere.
Well, especially the ones that can fly, sure.
Yeah, and swim and shit, right?
Well, my thing is, Brad, like, after the first one, I know people are dumb. Like, we know people are dumb. But, like, you think after the first one, and I'm talking about inside that world, after the first one, you think, all right, we need to just like not mess with dinosaurs at all. But
Yep,
somehow, 5 more movies have been created and they have not learned their lesson not one time.
exactly.
I
That's
know that's my
like
favorite part. That's my favorite. Make bigger dinosaurs. Make them.
there were two good scenes. The one scene was the Asian dude who was like, "I fucked up. We should have never created these dinosaurs." I was like, "It only took you fucking what 10 movies to realize that maybe creating dinosaurs was a bad idea." And the dialogue between Jeff Goldblum and Chris Pratt is fucking hilarious. I would love to see a movie with those two in it. But the rest of the movie is just
Also,
bad.
you want them to do a movie with the Guardians of the Galaxy on Sakar.
Yes, I want to see that movie. I don't
Okay,
want to
me
see.
too.
I don't want to see another fucking Jurassic Park movie. And please kill this franchise, please.
I mean, this is the easiest way to get what you're looking for. So MCU, make it. Come on, Kevin. Kevin, are you listening, Kevin? Of course you're listening.
All right.
Make it
So,
happen.
how did the end of the movie end? How did it finish? Did they do like a cliffhanger on some?
Did
We can
oh no?
continue this.
I have a more specific question.
No,
Did
the
it
end.
end, did it end like the previous one and the T-Rex wins again?
The T-Rex did win, but
Fuck yeah.
so they decide to take this wildlife preserve that this rich guy started. They put all the dinosaurs on there, and the dinosaurs that are in our world, we have to coexist with them. LB, this is the stupidest thing because if anybody knows how science works, dinosaurs living in this world, which was the whole point of the movie, would cause shit to happen in the environment because something that big is not supposed to be in existence anymore. So the whole fucking point of this movie does
To
not
shrink the dinosaurs?
it, oh,
I
it doesn't make sense.
this is why I I haven't seen Jurassic Park since I was in high school. Like,
Yeah, but Jurassic Park 2 is better.
but like it's just like I mean you gotta have your suspension of belief and all that stuff. I said especially with this one, it's like I was never gonna watch it. But like I was just curious, like how dumb this movie was. 'Cause when I heard about the locusts, and then I see dinosaurs hanging out in the city just chilling, it's just like, bruh, what's next? Space travel with dinosaurs?
That would be more entertaining. I would I would
No,
actually
no. It's gonna be Jurassic World Too Fast, Too Furious.
that would be a more entertaining movie. I would much rather watch a Fast and Furious movie where they time travel and
And
they
then
fight
Vin
dinosaurs.
Diesel can go up to Chris Pratt and be like, "It's about Raptor family."
They
10 out of
probably.
10.
I'm dead serious. They probably gonna do like some space mission with dinosaurs and like an Apollo 11 version of Jurassic World or something.
Are you like trying to sell me on one of the greatest movies of all time?
That's what the new trilogy is gonna be called, Jurassic
What is?
Planet.
Ooh,
Oh,
Jurassic
see now
Planet.
that's a movie. As long as PB and LB make this movie, I am interested because you guys are pitching ideas I'd actually like to see. It was fucking terrible.
I could. I mean, I don't think I have the brain capacity to do a sci-fi type movie. Even though these movies are dumb, I don't think I could do it because a lot of these sci-fi, a lot of these movies have a lot of dialogue,
Movies are better than some time.
a lot of word salad. I couldn't do that, bro.
Generation Production says, at Lonely Banter, there is a space dinosaur movie 65.
All right, I'm gonna Google that right now.
The movie's
So,
just called 65, or it's from 65.
I
It's
don't know.
called 65.
They were doing some good shit though back then. Uh, did you want to do the booming
Oh,
number
it's a
two?
new movie. It's a new movie with Adam Driver.
Yeah, I want to see that one. That's the
Yeah.
one where Adam Driver comes out looking badass. Or Tim. Tim, we know you're Adam Driver. Stop fucking changing your name. You're not Tim. You're Adam Driver.
Godzilla's not really a dinosaur, but kind of.
What
Like
is Godzilla?
Godzilla's way bigger, at least at this point in the new movies. He's way bigger than a dinosaur. Way bigger. Like the
Ain't
dinosaurs
it?
ain't got shit in Godzilla.
Ain't they making a part two of that movie, the Godzilla versus Kong?
They fucking
Yes,
better.
I would watch part 2, 3, 4, 10. I love those movies. They're a guilty pleasure, but they're entertaining as shit. I could
And
watch them
after you
forever.
watch them, you could go to moviepalette.com to see what the movie palettes look like and see if you would enjoy a fine piece of art on your wall. And if you'd like to save just a little bit extra on this quality artwork, put in code ZONE15 to save 15% and help your favorite sea-level villain, General Putz.
Thank you, moviepalette.com, for sponsoring the channel. So, the
Wait,
number.
is that in the script? You have to say that? Or did you just come up with that?
No, I really mean thank you. Like, yeah, man, I got my National Treasure 2 movie palette. Like, it's I'm looking at it right now next to my
It's
picture of
in the
Nick
shrine.
Cage. It's in the shrine to Nick Cage.
Dude, there's a
Um,
National Treasure TV show.
Fuck that show. I did not see Nick Cage, so that show doesn't exist to me. The
But what
only
if he's
thing
gonna
that's
show up? What
canon,
if he's gonna show up?
if he shows up, then the show's 10 out of 10. Um, so you want to announce the number 2? Go ahead.
Number 2.
The number 2 movie now. I gotta go full screen for this because this is a personal pet peeve. So I'm a fan of the vampire genre. I like a good vampire horror movie. I love Interview with the Vampire, Bram Stoker's Dracula, things like that. But then we ran into an era called the Twilight Era, which was the most dark time for vampire shows because everybody took it as a fucking joke. Robert Pattinson was the best thing to come out of that movie, but I digress. So, The Invitation, and full fucking spoilers because don't see this fucking piece of shit movie.
Didn't I
I
see it?
went in. I went into this movie hoping that it was going to be a return to the vampire glory days. That it was going to have all the compelling stuff. And to their credit, the main actress, I forget her name, she is fantastic in this movie. She does a great job. But this movie does something that's very irritating, more irritating than I could put into words. But they build an interesting world. And then at the last 20 minutes of the movie, they rush to the ending and they don't explain shit. This movie was the most frustrating movie that I've ever seen
Anti-black. Anti-black.
because this movie this movie built up like we were going to have a grand fight, like some vampire shit was going down. And on top of that,
Anti-woman. Anti-woman.
and on top of that, this movie was PG-13. So I did not know that going in, and so they cut away at certain scenes that they should show because they're fucking
Well, that
vampires.
fucking explains some shit.
This movie. So basically, this movie is about a girl who finds out that she is related to these rich aristocrats. She's doing all right. She has her own apartment or whatever, but she has some financial struggles. And then she finds out that she is related to these rich white dudes and gets invited. Hence the name, the invitation to this like little gala thing. And the head dude wants to make her queen. Doesn't realize that implies he wants to turn her into a vampire. So there's a bunch of tension, mystery. There's all this conflict within their order. There's people who don't like each other. Shit is set up. And then the movie does something that pisses me off. This movie is so fucking slow. And it takes its time building this story. And it's about an hour and some change. And then it's like the director ran out of time. And the last 20 minutes, all this shit happens. And it feels like someone pressed fast forward on the movie and I missed everything that was supposed to happen in between. Because from the beginning of this movie to the middle of this movie to the fucking end makes no fucking sense. They rush the last 20 minutes, a whole bunch of people die, still don't know why, and then the movie just fucking ends. This was the biggest fucking letdown and personally fucking hurt my soul. I know some director out there has a great idea about a vampire movie, and this had potential, but unfortunately, It feels like something happened. They cut out a bunch of scenes, and we just got a rush-ass ending. This movie was frustrating to watch, and the shame part is the main character was actually good. She was really compelling. I was really feeling the vibe. I was enjoying the world, and then we get to about the middle, and all of a sudden it just rushes to the ending. The fucking CGI is fucking atrocious. The fucking kills that happen, they cut so that you can't see what's going on because they obviously want the PG-13 rating. This is a fucking terrible movie, and it's a shame, and it fucking hurts my soul. And whoever made this, I hope you fucking burn in hell. This was a fucking terrible movie. And worst of all, it was an hour and something movie that made me feel like it was a 3-hour movie because the story was slow for no fucking reason because there's no payoff. If you're going to take your time making a story, then you have to have a payoff. You can't just build stuff up and not fucking finish it or speed through the fucking ending and go, well, fuck you guys, have a nice night. This was fucking ridiculous. It infuriated me. I walked out of the movie so fucking pissed because I felt like the director just fucking took his dick out and smacked me in the fucking face with it, and I fucking didn't even pay for this, but I wasted my goddamn time thinking I was going to get a good movie. And the fucking worst part is it had potential. I don't know if the studio interfered. I don't know if it was because of the fucking rating. I don't know if there's a fucking Zack Snyder cut out there that fucking makes this movie make sense. But holy fucking shit. Don't watch this movie. It's a goddamn waste of time. The actress I feel bad for because she did a great job. All of the talent
Talking about
was
the black
wasted.
chick?
Yes, she was fucking amazing in the movie. She was the only part of the film that kept me fucking engaged. And it's a shame because she deserved better.
I thought it was okay.
I just LB, have you ever watched a movie and
No.
it starts off really good? It starts off really good, and you're like, you dig in the movie, and then all of a sudden, you don't know what happens, but at some point, it just goes down a fucking death slope, and you're like, what happened? I was just having a good time, and this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, BVS. But I wouldn't say it started off real good. But yeah.
No, it started off and it just, you didn't lose your hype because you were like, BBS, 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 BBS. And then, oh, Lex Luthor.
Yeah. And then Lex Luthor happened. And fuck you guys who defend Lex Luthor to this day. You're all a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Anyways,
Dude,
Ambassador Wing.
John fucking Cryer does a better Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
by
just think
far.
about that.
John fucking Cryer.
John
The
Cryer.
second half, like the second
Two and a
man,
half men.
2.5, the second man does
Not
a
even
better
the
Lex
first
fucking
man.
Luthor.
The second man. They didn't even get the first
Wait,
man.
now that you've said that, can you imagine Charlie Sheen as Lex Luthor?
That'd be fucking great. I actually want to see that. A coked out Charlie Sheen.
Turn that shit up to 11.
Does he even act anymore? Like, what else happened to him?
I haven't seen him since he
not to be a
got fired from the
Tiger
show.
Blood.
age
Right.
happened to him.
Since he was winning, ain't heard from him.
He ain't winning anymore. Ambassador Wing, who is awesome. Go check out his channel. I love Ambassador Wing. And
That's not Ambassador Wing. That's not what that says. That doesn't
Wing.
ambassadorial. Yeah, not ambassador.
You love his channel, but you don't know his channel's name.
Yeah, his name, no.
I'm drinking. Anyways.
You're lying.
No, I really am.
The rant was about the movie The Invitation, Carrie. He ain't be liking The Invitation because he's anti-powerful black woman.
No, that's the thing. I actually like the powerful black woman. She was the one good fucking part in that whole movie. She was trying so hard, and I felt bad because
you didn't like that opening scene. You didn't like that opening scene. That chick fucked them. That chick fucked them royally. She's like, Epsteined herself and got the fuck out. No, I guess she got the fuck out and then Epsteined herself. Either way, she fucked over the vampires, just like this black chick did. Fucked them all over. It's epic.
Yeah, so, it was bad. It made me mad, but not as mad. Are you ready? Cue it up, PB. You know what to do.
Because we don't do ads before number one.
Number one and the worst movie of this year. This one hurts my soul. Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Ah!
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up,
Oh man,
hold
this
up,
movie's so fucking
hold up,
bad. It's so bad.
hold up.
I actually can agree with. I don't know if it's number one, but it might be number one on my list of
How
worst movies of the year.
how do you not have Terror on the Prairie on your top 20 list?
Didn't watch it.
No, I watched it. That movie. That movie goes into a section. To be honest with you,
It goes into his Avatar section.
section.
This
That movie is in its own bracket.
this
LB.
this is that's what I thought your number one was going to be.
No,
No.
no. Let me tell you something.
The Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
LB,
Like, oh
watch
my
Jeepers
god.
Creepers Reborn, and you will think Terror on the Prairie should get an
So you
Academy
know that
Award.
you know that rant that he had earlier. Oh, LB might not have been here. Which movie did you rant about the remake being worse than the original?
Oh, Firestarter.
Firestarter. He said that the yeah, you must have been here for that. That was just like number 5 or something like that. Not the point. The point is this remake does everything worse. Everything.
This, LB, you know how back in
Literally
the day.
everything. Like they take little bits here and there because it's not just all from the first one. They pluck a little from the second one. They pluck a little from the third one. They smash it all together and they're like, "Do you like the shit pie?" No, I do not.
LV, you know a lot about the technicalities behind filmmaking, and when you watch this movie, the filmmaking is
It was
so
not
bad.
amazing, Terry.
It's so bad that you can see the green screen while they're walking. LB, they use green screen while they're walking, and they do the thing where the
It is rough.
background
It's
is
like,
not moving.
ugh.
Yeah.
But they
You
are.
see the angle go, and then it doesn't go with them. And I was like,
Yeah,
why?
that right
Why
there
are
is
you
one of
doing?
those
Why
things.
just go into the fucking wilderness someplace and hit fucking record instead of being like, well,
So
Disney took a giant green screen to the desert, so we could do it too. No, you cannot.
so people that's listening now and later on, you know how people say movie opinions are subjective. Now, what you two just described about this green screen, that's an example of not subjective. Like
Nope,
if you
that's
say that
subjective.
if you say that's trash and someone else says that it was good and you point that out, yeah, there you go. Like that is a fact. That is bad filmmaking. If you could see the green screen on
Yeah.
the movie.
You can.
That's why I said there are some things where you can be subjective and be like, well, I didn't like it. And there are other things where you can look at it objectively and be like, that is bad.
Like
I
for
should never
instance,
notice what the green screen is.
right? Jurassic Park Dominion. Somebody out there could argue with me because, as much as I hate that movie and think it's a giant waste of time, filmmaking wise, there are some pretty neat shots. There's good things that they do. There's actual time and effort that went into that movie. With this movie, it's just like film students got a camera and
Dude,
shot a fucking movie.
some of the scenes are shot just so poorly. You're like, wait, why? What am I even looking at right now at the moment? Then by the time you figure it out, you're like, okay, so what did I miss? Because I don't understand why you're using this weird fucking angle to show me what's going on.
Some of the angles that are there are nauseating because they tilt the camera as if they're trying to go for a dramatic shot, but it just looks like you're on a roller
Oh,
coaster. So
you
it goes
mean
like,
the 30-degree tilt
yeah,
away?
the 30-degree tilt for no reason, LB. They tilt the
Just keeps
camera
doing
30
this.
fucking degrees.
Not in every scene, just a couple of them. But
You
it's
talking about a Dutch angle?
Yes,
I
like
don't know what
like
it
it's
is.
supposed to be
You
that dramatic angle when you know how some movies do the vertical tilt to make a scene more like and they play that like it's supposed to be a more impactful moment. They do that, but on a random
Kind
ass
of.
scene where they're just walking into this park, and I'm like, why? Nothing's happening. They literally just get to where they're going. And it was just like, hey, I saw this movie where they did this angle and it looked pretty cool there. Let's just fucking throw it in there. Like,
Let's just throw it in. Let's check it out. See what happens.
there's a scene in this movie where our main hero, and by the way, the lead characters who are supposed to be in love, they have no fucking chemistry on anyways. But the story of Jeepers Creepers
Wait, so
Reborn
you're
is,
telling me they got less chemistry than Catwoman and the Batman?
yes, they got less chemistry than any couple. But basically,
Yikes.
this movie, the
Oh,
creeper.
what's up, Janie?
Hey, Janie Davis, welcome to the birthday stream. This movie basically, the creeper comes back, and for reasons unknown, it breaks the fucking myth already established in this world. But the creeper wants to kill this one specific girl and her child because of reasons. They don't explain it. I'm not wrong, right, PB? They don't fucking explain why. Normally, he just eats people for parts of their body because he needs it. For some reason, he's
gotta
after this
replenish.
baby. Yeah, for
Yep,
some
totally
reason,
change the lore. Totally change the lore for
it's
no fucking
fucking reason. So he's after this baby. And these two people who have no chemistry, like I thought they hated each other. When I first saw the movie, I thought they were just friends until later on they go that they're a couple, and I go, what? The two
No, that's fair.
arguing the whole movie? Like, LB, they did not say one nice thing to each other until they were about to fucking die. They did not say one nice thing to each other this whole entire movie. And then they go, oh, they're so in love. And then at the end of the movie, you're supposed to think that this dude who this girl has been degrading the whole fucking movie would put his life on the line against the fucking creeper who's scary and has fucking bat wings and eats people. He's
Wait,
all
did
of
he
a
not?
sudden no, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the movie, you think that they want you to believe that this guy who this bitch has been degrading the whole entire time would put his life on the line for this girl because of their child. Which doesn't make sense because he makes a comment that says he didn't care if she was pregnant or not. They need to work out other shit. So it's so fucking bad. And this got a theatrical release. That's the thing that blew my mind. This was actually in the fucking movies, and it looked like a film student shot it, and a studio fucking backed this. How much money did they give them? Because I feel like they gave them like fucking $300 and told them to shoot a movie. That's what this felt like. The quality is shit. You can't see shit in the dark because they don't fucking turn on the fucking anything to where you could see it. Like, you know how sometimes they'll light it a certain way so even in the dark you can still see what's going on. You can't see shit. It's like they had no filters, no nothing. There's some scenes where it just looks like it's shot without doing any kind of filter to match the background. The fucking CGI is off. The fucking creeper looks terrible. The practical
Yeah, that's
effects.
what I couldn't believe. That was one thing that I was like, wait a second. I'm not saying that it's supposed to look exactly the same, but why does it look so much worse? Like, the texture on it was like, well, it don't look real. Like, you can make it look real, and it'd be looking fake as fuck to me. And then, what? Did they gave him more teeth in his mouth?
They
Yeah,
did,
way
but the
more
teeth,
teeth?
the teeth look terrible. Like
No, because
oh,
they were like super skinny or whatever, all real close to each other. Whereas before it used to be like just almost regular teeth that were sharpened.
like LB. I don't know if you've
What's
ever
up,
seen the
Landon?
original Jeepers Creepers, but it was made in like the early 2000s, right? And it's a cult classic for most people, and even number 2 was pretty decent, right? It's well known for its special effects and everything else, and that movie that was made back then is more fucking well made than this movie in 2022. Like, LB, just for curiosity, you have to see this movie just to
No.
see how many eras you could pick out. Like, you don't even gotta watch the whole thing. Don't even watch the whole thing. Watch the fucking first like 10 minutes.
You can
And right away,
extrapolate.
you can watch the first 10 minutes of this film
I'll take your word
and
for it.
just see
Oh my God, he's taking your
There are
word.
so many.
It's amazing. I feel like what he meant to
Like,
say was he'll take my
Yours too.
word.
like on a technical scale, this is the worst movie. And this is why, because like people said, well, what about this movie and what about that movie? Like, look, even a movie that annoyed me in 2020, there was never not a movie this year that was so technically bad. This is a technically horribly shot movie. And I disagree, Carrie. The second Jeepers Creepers is
I like
fucking
the
well
second one.
made.
That's the one with the
It's
school bus, isn't
way
it?
better. It's way better. Like the second
It's way
movie,
better than this one. It's not like
like
the greatest fucking movie that's out there, but it's way better than this one.
yeah, it's way better than this one. And the original, of course, is like a cult classic. This is just like people at a studio who had an IP and they gave a director who didn't know fucking shit about directing this film. And they said go nuts. And I heard the budget was 3,000. I don't believe them. Uh
$3,000 to make
that's
the
what I
entire
heard this
movie, Jeepers Creepers.
That's what I heard the budget was. Let me go and just fact check that because I'm pretty sure it at
There's
least
no
feels like
fucking
that.
way. $3,000.
Hold on, Jeepers Creepers. I gotta go
I
find.
like the story of the third Jeepers Creepers, how it's in the future, and he's like, I keep an eye on this fucking thing. I like that. That's good stuff.
Let's go to
Building lore for the creeper.
budget.
That's good. Don't be like that, Timon. Don't be like that. You like a little bit of lore in your senseless murdering, right?
Yeah, I like the lore. I think it's interesting. Like you have to have more than just
Well, and
this.
you know how it's gonna work. I like how stuff you know how it's gonna work. Like Freddy vs. Jason, you're like, wait a second, how did everybody on fucking Elm Street just fucking forgot about Freddy Krueger? They just forgot. They're like, no, they didn't forget. They moved him to an insane asylum, and then they drugged the ever living piss out of them. And I was like, oh, okay, so they kind of forgot because they were forced to. Okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. But then immediately everyone's like, well, it's got to be Freddy doing it. Well, how the fuck could it be Freddy if everybody fucking forgot him? He ain't gonna apologize. So you should think that it's some other murder, but nobody does. And then he gets his power back, and he winks at the end of the movie.
That was epic.
That was the dumbest fucking rant I've ever had.
Oh, that's why I didn't put a D. Jesus Christ.
I can't believe that you of all people
Okay, I
forgot
was
the
close.
D.
So this reboot had a $5.7 million budget. You know how much it made back?
0.7.
5,337.
What do you mean?
And some change.
What do you mean?
That
How
was
could it
how
only have
much it
made?
made.
Well, how could it only? What do you mean? It's a
Because it
Netflix
didn't get
movie.
it didn't get a wide release. That's the excuse they're
I
going
thought it
with.
was a Netflix movie.
No, it might have landed on there, but it got a theatrical release. I remember because I saw it at my theater and I was pissed off walking out.
Jeepers Creepers Reborn had a theatrical release, right?
Yep. Oh no, it says the box office 5.9 million is what it made, and its budget was 5.7. So it made what 2 point something back. It made a profit of like 2.45, and they're making a sequel to it too. They're on the thing. It says there's a sequel coming because it made over its budget apparently. Oh my god!
Wait, there's a sequel coming to Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Yeah, yeah. It even says on here that it's the worst reviewed with a score of 0%.
But Janie's gonna hate this joke, but we're doing it anyways. So is the sequel called Jeepers Creepers Retarded?
This is what amazes me.
God
This
dang.
like screen media films, you guys are fucking scumbags. You gave this fucking horrible director, Timo whatever the fuck his last name is, and this terrible writer Jake Seal, this fucking opportunity to correct what Victor Salva did, because if you guys don't know, he is a very fucking controversial figure. He may have murdered someone. That's a story for another day. So they kicked him off of the project, but they gave these new writers this money. They gave them. This pisses me off more. I didn't realize this budget is $5 million, and you can't afford good CGI.
I thought it was 5.7.
5 million.
5.7.
LB.
That's almost 6.
LB, PB, I think we could make a great movie with $5 million. I think the three of us could make a really good movie.
Well, yeah, because you don't use a fucking green screen that you don't have the ability to use appropriately. That's so fucking ridiculous. Just gotta use real locations. That's fine.
I mean, dude, they had more money. Look, there's a good friend of mine. Go check out his channel, Killjoy Jake. He just released his film that came out, The Red Right Hand, which hopefully I could get back on his channel. We're going to talk about like the process of making a film, but he did like a screening fan film, and it's really intriguing. And from the perspective of the killer, it's go check out the trailer. It looks really good. But he made a crowd-funded film that looked really fucking good. But yet, people who have this kind of money can't make compelling, at least prosthetics. Look, if you can't afford green screen, then go practical. LB, is practical effects more than 3D? Like, I'm confused. Why do people go towards CG when I feel like makeup and practical effects would be cheaper to do than the fucking green screen and proper technology?
People use green screen because it's cheaper. Like for example, you could set up a green screen and you could be in Fiji. You feel me?
But to have that level, I feel like to have that quality level, you need the big bucks, and that it would be easier to just go with the
it's cheaper. It's cheaper than, all right, let's say, where was this movie? Did they reveal the cities and locations or whatever?
I'd have to go to the thing. Hold on, I'll look it up while you're talking.
That don't matter. I'm just saying, like, okay, say for example, we shoot a movie and we want to do it in Prague, right?
Okay.
It'll be much cheaper for us to shoot the scenes in front of a green screen and get stock footage and stock pictures of Prague, or hire someone to go film hire someone in Prague to go film areas of Prague, so we could use on green screen. It'll be much cheaper to do that than taking the whole entire film crew to Prague to go shoot.
Well, I don't want to go to Prague. I want to go into the woods and murder people. So it'll be cheap and good.
According to Variety, it said Jeepers Creepers 4 was shot in Louisiana, although they could not confirm the sites where they were at.
If you're gonna do it terrible, you got to go full on terrible. Like you got to do the full Sharknado.
Like, yeah, at least Sharknado knew it was fucking horrible.
Sharknado knows what it is. It knows exactly what it is. It's mocking itself as it goes along. That is part of the charm of Sharknado. And Jeepers Creepers Reborn was wondering what charm is.
I mean, honestly, I would prefer these movie studios just to stop using green screen and blue screen so much and actually go out in the field and shoot stuff. Like, I mean, Andor is a perfect example.
Oh yeah, and that fucking show, we could not say it enough. Me and PB were sad. We were sad on that last review because that show is so fucking good. There's so much fucking quality. There's quality writing. There's quality plot, dialogue. The fucking locations are beautiful. The shots are beautiful. Like, and they shoot it all on location, or I believe mostly on location.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely
it
sure.
might have the best droid in all of Star Wars. I'm not
Oh
sure.
yeah, that pulled at the heartstrings, man. When that motherfucker kicked that droid, I was like,
B2
oh, he's gotta
emo.
die. He's gotta die. You don't kick you don't kick him, you prick. I was like, even like, man, that ain't cool. As much of a villain as I am, I couldn't kick that droid. Man, he just lost his master. He was a depressed droid. But yeah, oh yeah, so the pink hat is bitchies, and I needed a hat, so I thought, why the fuck not? Shady Davis says, as Mr. Zod saying, so did you see the article I tweeted? Yes, I saw that, but I'm not doing articles tonight. This is my birthday stream. I'm ranting and drinking. So yeah, I dubbed this my worst movie. Like, honestly, as much as I hate certain movies for different story things, this movie
He
was
hates this movie
technically,
for everything.
yeah, this movie is bad on every level a movie can be bad on. It's
I
bad
mean,
technically.
no. I will give them credit for there are a few creative kills in the movie. They get credit for
But even those, some of it is so hard to
that. Hi,
see.
Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, some of it is so hard to see that when you look at it, it's just like there were a couple kills there where I had to be like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? Because it happened so quick, and they kind of do this weird cut where you can't really see what was happening. Be like, oh, okay, and the people who died, I didn't give a shit about. By the end of the movie, I wanted them all to die. I'll be honest, I wanted the fucking
Yeah, you're
creeper to
not
win. Eat the
supposed. You're not
baby.
supposed to be cheering for the creeper, but
By the end of the movie, I was like, eat the baby, eat the
I don't give
fucking
a fuck about
bitch, eat.
anyone. I didn't give
Yeah,
a
they were the worst
like the
characters
first
I
in
think I've ever
the
seen.
first movie. You're like, oh fuck, are these two gonna get out of it? Are they gonna make it? They did not. Okay, second movie, I was like, okay, who's gonna survive from this group? Because you know that fucking asshole's gonna die first, and sure shit, sucked his head right off. Sucked his head off. That's funny. Third one, what happens in the third? All kinds of mayhem happened. The third one's full of mayhem. Like I would have thought that it was a what Allstate insurance commercial,
Yeah,
right?
mayhem was
Is that
there.
right? No, is it? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Get
Yeah,
Allstate.
LB, what were you gonna say? Because I know you on pause.
Deal
Nothing.
with mayhem.
I wasn't going to say nothing.
like it was just like it, and that was another thing too, like, look, even movies I dislike, I could find like maybe there's a character like with The Invitation at number 2. The main character was good. She was the only thing that kept me, like, she as an actress, even though she was given shitty material, really worked with it and made me care. I didn't want her to be eaten by the vampires. This movie, I did not care. I love it. I'm gonna return with my late night talks. Don't worry, Carrie. We're gonna talk about that. But I love the idea. I think James Gunn should
You
repeat
love the
everything.
idea of not Henry Cavill.
I love the idea of
Of
the other
not
people.
Henry Cavill.
No. Listen,
You love
I
the
love.
idea of not Henry. No, this says
I
not super. This says Henry Cavill, not Superman. And you said, I love that idea. I fucking hate you.
no. You
Goddamn
misunderstood
Zods.
me. I hate Superman to
I
begin
don't
with because
fucking
I'm
care.
shy.
He's a fucking L. Fuck
But
him. He's a fucking L.
secondly, picture this. Picture this, PB. Tom Welling Superman, just all the way through. Like, this is like the smartest idea. Look, James Gunn wants to get a person like this is Superman out of Smallville, but now just starting his crime fighting stuff. I think it's a brilliant idea because the person they can
First of
pick,
all, they're not going to cast Tom.
uh, the person they pick, they
He's a
should.
TV
But
actor. He's not a movie actor.
yeah, we could wish. But anyways,
We can't. Okay.
But think
It's still
about it
fucking
this.
dumb. It's still
But
fucking dumb. You're insane. You're
but think
insane.
about it
You
this
just
way.
said, okay, the one guy, like, okay, this is the way that I think about it. Henry Cavill is going to die Superman. So why not just keep making Superman movies until Henry
But
Cavill
did
is
you hear
dead?
what they said afterwards? That's not a
Because I
death.
don't picture anybody. I don't picture anybody else. Like you
Did
got
you hear
fucking
what they said
Reeves back in the
afterwards?
day. I ain't be
Hold
picturing
on.
fucking him.
Hold on. They said he's not going to be in the new movie, but James Gunn also had a second part to that statement. He said he still wants Henry Cavill there, but maybe as a when he's grown up, or maybe bring him in to a different point of the Superman mythology. So people are freaking out, but he didn't say that Henry Cavill was
He
not going to be in it.
said, "I'm not getting The Rock versus Henry, and I'm pissed."
I mean, I'm
It's
pissed about
all
that
I
too.
fucking
But
wanted. It's all I fucking. I was like,
but he is wiping the slate clean. I don't blame him.
which
He's
is
getting rid of
dumb.
all of the Snyderverse. I hate to say
You
it, but
can get
Henry's
rid
from
of
the
this.
Snyderverse.
There's nothing from the Snyderverse that
Henry Cavill
affects.
Superman is Snyderverse Superman.
Stop. There's nothing from the Snyderverse that can't exist on whatever Earth Black Adam was on. So you're just like, okay, this isn't that fucking universe. This is different. I don't fucking like how many universes out there is Henry Cavill Superman?
Yeah,
Like
but
in the
Flashpoint is
comics or
erasing it all.
in real life, because there's multiple fucking Henry Cavills. There's infinite amount of Henry Cavills,
But
and they're all
Flashpoint is
fucking
gonna erase
Superman.
it.
And now this fucking asshole fired him.
He didn't fire him. He said
Is he making a movie?
his exact words is
That's
they
the only
want
reason
to
he's not
bring
fucking doing The Witcher was because he was supposed to be fucking Superman. And then James Gunn
they.
came in and was like,
Oh my
look
God!
at the
They said it
size
in
of
the
my
article.
fucking penis. I'm getting rid of Superman, motherfuckers. I'm in charge. Fuck you, James.
He said that he plans on bringing him back in a different capacity.
What the fuck does that mean?
That means he's probably going to bring him back as a different version of Superman, like you said, multiple
What do
versions.
you mean a different version? I don't want a different version. I just want Superman. I don't give a fuck.
Look,
Superman exists. His name is Henry Cavill.
Let's be
Superman
real.
exists.
Superman is fucking overrated. Who gives a fuck about
Okay.
Superman? I said it.
No,
Superman
okay.
is fucking overrated. Nobody
That's not what we're
fucking
talking
cares. He's a
about.
Boy
That's
Scout.
not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about who is Superman.
Overrated. I always
No,
like
not what. Not what. Who. The answer is Henry Cavill is fucking
Christopher
Superman.
Reeves, and he's dead.
No, it's not Christopher Reeves. I'm sorry. Like
Christopher
you
Reeves
want? No.
is fucking
Stop a second.
no,
Stop
no,
a second.
no.
Stop a second.
Christopher
How
Reeves
many? How many? He is
Superman.
already dead. I don't really give a shit. He's already dead. How many instances when you watch any of his Superman movies did you cry?
For Christopher Reeves?
No, not for Christopher Reeves. In the movie. In the movie.
I didn't cry in any of the fucking movies.
Okay.
I cried.
Stop. No. So you didn't cry for
Zod
any of
died.
this. No, you didn't cry for any of the Superman movies. Okay, so now we've established this. Now, it wasn't even a Superman movie. What happened to the little areas beneath your eyes when you saw the post-credit scene of Black Adam?
I was excited, and yeah, all right.
No, what happened? Right here. Because
Okay,
I feel like it
jazzed
was
up.
dry because you're like, fuck yeah. And then you saw Superman, you're like, I'm gonna break his goddamn neck.
What's all this excitement over Henry Cavill and Superman? Like, did y'all see the different Man of Steel than I did?
that LB, people are getting up in arms. I said, good. He should reboot everything. He's getting rid of everyone equally across the board. He's redoing the slate, and I don't blame him. The Snyderverse was fucking terrible. They want to get rid of that, and I'm sorry, Henry Cavill's a great actor. He did awesome, but
like you should hear the heaps of praise that
Henry
Zod
Cavill
had when he was
awesome.
like, he He even had the twist or the curly
Yes,
Q
he
at
had
the
the
end of his hair.
swirl,
He's
and
like,
they had the John
oh,
Williams
oh my
music, and I
God,
got
they
swept
made
up
the
in the
music.
John Williams
I was like,
score.
oh my God,
I did.
it's
It was the
happening.
da,
It's
da, da, da,
all
da, da,
happening.
da,
And now
da.
all of a sudden you're like, who cares about Henry Cavill's
This
Superman? Fuck you
revisionist
guys.
history, like Henry Cavill has no charisma.
What are you talking
And
about? No charisma. Superman ain't meant to have charisma. He's meant to look badass.
he has no charisma, bro. Like he's blah.
Like,
Which one
look,
has
look,
charisma? Which Superman had charisma?
Christopher
Christopher
Reeves.
Reeves.
Thank you. Christopher Reeves
Sure.
had charisma. Are you telling me? What? Are you telling me that Christopher Reeves did not have any charisma? That he could not
He's
invoke
got
you to
so
feel
much
happy?
he's got so much charisma. I've never watched a single one of his Superman movies from start to finish. That's how much charisma
You,
he has.
you fucking he. How could you not watch? Like, dude, without that movie, do you
Because
realize
it's
without that
not
movie we wouldn't
because
have
this is how. This is
Smallville.
how.
We wouldn't
This
have
is how.
anything.
No, this is how. This is how I can do that. Because they're not Batman movies. Ole. If
I
they'd have been
don't
Batman movies, I'd have watched all of them.
like what was so good about Henry Cavill as Superman?
That was everything that I wanted in Superman. And then, like,
Superman doesn't
the
kill
look is
people.
number
He
one.
snaps Zod's neck. You can't fucking tell me that was a
Zod
good
is
choice.
not a person. He's an alien.
You take that back. You take that back. That is fucking hurtful.
He's
Zod
a
had every fucking
goddamn
right.
alien. He's not even. He's not
Fucking
even
save
the
his
legal
people.
kind of alien. He's an illegal
Oh, you
alien.
son of a bitch. You look. He tried to help his
At
people.
least,
The fucking
at
Council of
least
Krypton would not listen to
Kal-El
him.
is paying taxes. He's not trying to take over the entire planet. Fucking illegal alien Zod shows up. Shit just goes crazy. It's like, fucking, hey man,
You
build that
fucking bigot.
fucking fence
You
into a
show
dome.
your color.
Build that
I'm
fence
the
into a
racist.
dome.
And I'm the racist. You just admit it. You fucking hate aliens. You know, I come here, I try to fucking make the planet a better place, and this motherfucker says, oh no, just snap his fucking neck. What about tolerance? Huh?
What tolerance?
Respect
Alien.
for other
Like
cultures.
I
Have you
don't
not
know.
seen Mars Attacks?
Look, I don't know if Henry Cavill has improved his acting from since he's done The Witcher and all of that, but everything I've seen him in, it's just blah. Like he reminds me of one of those actors that Hollywood
That's
tries their
because he's a
best.
fucking Boy Scout like Superman.
Like he's one of those actors that Hollywood tries to make a thing. Like you remember how they try to make Jai Courtney a thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, there you go, Timon.
Timon put it the best. He said, Henry Cavill looks like Superman, but never played Superman. Exactly, because he had, like, look, I think Henry Cavill had the right type, but he had Zack Snyder writing, and Zack Snyder doesn't write good. So,
I mean, I've seen him in other stuff. I just don't.
like, I will say, I did find him very enjoyable in Mission Impossible Fallout. I
Right,
thought,
and
Oh yeah,
what did he do in Mission Impossible?
he punched
Fallout.
Tom Cruise.
he
That's
fucked
what.
up Tom Cruise.
That's
Taller,
that's
taller brother of Tim Cruise.
okay. That's basically what he did in that movie. He was just physical.
That's an important job.
Right.
That's a very important job when you're Superman.
No, there's more to it. He could play a good henchman. That's about it. He ain't a good Superman.
I don't know about that.
And Joe's Lots fan, so PB was not watching Christopher Reeves is like a Star Wars fan who never watched the original trilogy. I agree, Janie Davis, 200%. That it's like blasphemy, and I don't even like Superman. I'm Zod, but I'll admit.
Batman. Make it a Batman movie. I'll watch all of it. You know what Batman movie I didn't watch?
I mean, I don't know. I guess when you're surrounded by Gal Gadot and whatever Jesse Eisenberg or whatever his name is, I guess you stand out from the pack. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be real. Gal Gadot is serviceable, but
Serviceable.
she's easy on the eyes is
Look,
why she.
man. Look, let's just now she's done as Wonder Woman. Can we just keep it all the way real, right? The only reason people praise her is because of her looks. She can't act. Like
No, she sounds like Israeli Wonder Woman.
I've seen Wonder Woman 1.5 times.
Like that is
The
the best part about Wonder Woman, ironically speaking, obviously, is how the little girl that you watch in the beginning magically gets an Israeli accent. She ain't never left that island. Ain't nobody on that island talk like that, and she does.
The first time I tried to watch it, I turned it off after the scene where what's her name? Robin Wright. Didn't she die in the first one or something? Whatever happened to her at the beginning of the movie, and Gal Gadot's there looking into her eyes and stuff, and I was like,
oh,
that
yeah,
scene,
when
I turned it off after that one.
Hey, Bianca fights the zombies. What's
she
up?
gets
Welcome
killed
to
by
my
the Nazis, right?
Yeah.
The Nazi invasion.
GP says, yeah, well, at General Zods Phantom Zone. Question. Well,
Question.
what did you get if you cross a chicken with Superman? Anybody know? Answer, Clark Kent. LOL jokes. Like that was funny.
Fucking chicken jokes.
Cavill was good in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think what's his name was better. Who was in that? Was it Chris Pratt?
No, that the guy that eats humans.
Oh yeah, he was better.
Name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Army Hammer. I don't care how many humans he eats. He's a good actor. But look, we have Epstein's. Are we really going to judge Army Hammer for cannibalism? Come on, it's Hollywood. They eat each other.
You're talking about what the fuck does he play?
Yeah, man, I've seen Henry Cavill in like 3-4 movies. I just ain't impressed outside of the Snyderverse.
I mean, he's pretty good in The Witcher. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Unless he's improved as an actor in that, I just don't see it,
dude. And maybe it's just me because I followed the Witcher games and stuff like that. Like he is Geralt from Rivia. He hits that, but Geralt is a very gruff, doesn't speak a lot. That's where Henry Cavill's acting kind of lies. He's physically opposing, doesn't talk a lot, and when he does, it's a snide remark or a quip or something like that. He fits that mold, just like with Jason Momoa. Everybody gets hyped about Jason Momoa. Look, he's not a very good actor. I'm just gonna you can hate me in the comments if you want to. I know women like Jason Momoa because he's hot. Let's be real. You don't fucking respect his acting ability. He's just a good-looking dude, but he can't act for shit. I'm sorry. I've seen tons of Jason Momoa movies, and out of everything, I think I like him in Game of Thrones.
He doesn't act in Game of Thrones either.
He acts pretty much like he always acts.
He acts like a cow.
And I liked him in a Netflix series where he plays a Native American who kills people. But once again, he's just a Native American that kills people. So there's not a lot of range there. Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, people like that, they have a specific role.
Are you saying there's no range to Native
Americans?
What's
up, Bianca?
No, I'm saying there's... well, shit.
Wait, who was the Lone Ranger?
LB.
Somebody was the Lone Ranger?
Army Hammer was the
Army Hammer was the Lone Ranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
And they were both very good.
I need to look. I feel like I'm picturing the wrong name.
Disney movie.
Yeah. Bonnie B is right.
How do you spell his freaking name?
Bonnie B put it best. She said, he sucks and is not hot.
Who is she talking about? Is she talking about me?
I think she was talking about Jason Momoa. or Henry Cavill. I don't know. It was a random he sucks and he's not hot. It could be either one. Uh, Agile Zods, Random Zone. Jason Momoa was excellent in Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, I agree. But once again, what was he? He was brooding, didn't say much, killed people. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. They had that in the 80s and 90s. Your Arnolds and your fucking Chuck Norrises and shit like that.
Hold on. Jason Momoa would not be able to do Kindergarten Cop.
I mean, true. Everybody stop it! Like,
You don't think Jason Momoa could do Kindergarten Cop?
okay, let me just put it to you this way.
He's pretty big.
Let me put it to you this way. I am watching an excellent series by Tyler Sheridan, the creator of
Taylor Sheridan, creator of Yellowstone.
Taylor Sheridan, the creator of Yellowstone.
The only thing propping up the Paramount Network. You're welcome, Paramount.
And he did another thing that's propping up Paramount Network. He casted Sylvester Stallone in this amazing show, and if you haven't watched it, The Tulsa King. This show shows the range that that Sylvester Stallone has, and it's quite amazing to see that all of these years they kind of used him as this big action star, but he actually legitimately has range. He's funny, he's got good comic timing, but he's also got the emotional stuff. Last week he just fucking stomped someone's head in for like raping his daughter. Just watch the show. It's fucking amazing show. My point being is that there are some actors who are typecast because of their physique. And then there's some actors who, because of their physique, that is what they're meant to be in. And people like Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa and these other big actors in this age, they are very good at specific roles where they are physically imposing. They say a couple of quips that have to be well written, and they don't add much to the plot. They're good side characters, but they're not good starring characters. And trying to take someone and force them into a starring role never works. It doesn't make money. It's been proven so many times.
Example?
It doesn't fucking... Example. Man of Steel should have been huge. It did not make what they were projecting to make. It made money, but it didn't break that. It didn't break that mark. That's why WB interfered in the next movies, because it didn't make on the return it was supposed to. Like,
you don't think they interfered with that movie? It's Warner Brothers.
That's the other issue.
You want to know what's funny? The movie I think that they messed with the least is the one that made the most. I think they took their $50 million and they gave it to, who is the director of that movie?
What movie are you talking about?
Joker. Todd Phillips?
Yeah, Todd Phillips. The Joker is.
Yeah, they took $50 million and they were like, it's a small check for them. And they were like, just fucking do it. And then they went,
I don't care what they tell me or what they say. That movie was not a Joker movie at the start. I say they turned it into a Joker movie.
Oh, for sure.
I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe it.
But still, no matter what, it was still a great movie. It was still a great movie. No matter if it started as a Joker movie and turned into one, no matter what the case was, it was still a brilliantly made film. Yep. Joaquin Phoenix was fucking tremendous in that movie. The amount of commitment and what he brought to that role and that fucking laugh, and the fact that he did his for me, Joaquin Phoenix might be crazy when he gives a speech, but his commitment to a role and his commitment to doing the best he can do and what he brings to these different roles, he really is a great actor and very I appreciate all of his movies. I've always thought.
Oh shit!
Boy, somebody's robbing you, bruh.
Yeah, what's up,
bruh? You somebody's literally robbing you right now.
That's what it looks like, isn't it? 100%.
Honey, they think you're a romper
Grabbing
because you have
shit.
a mask
Oh,
on.
funny.
Well, she look.
I said,
She said it's cold. I don't have a beard, so that's all I got.
Bonnie
Exactly,
says,
Bonnie B.
Pattinson is a great Batman. I said what I
100%.
said.
100%,
He's a great
Bonnie.
Batman. He is a great
I
Batman.
love that movie.
He got screwed over by his movie. He got screwed over by. I
Look,
told you when we. No, I
God
told you
damn it,
when we
baby.
talked
He
about
was
this.
just
I told you when we talked about
just started.
this. The
He just
best
started.
part. He already caught the Joker. Don't fuck with me on this. The best
Hey,
part of the Batman is when the Batman is out there being the Batman. Punch a henchman. Punch a henchman. Fucking make it happen. That is the best part of that fucking movie. You want to know the worst part of that fucking movie? He don't fucking save a goddamn person he meant to save. In fact, he gets
he
one of
doesn't
them
get them for
killed.
though. You know what?
Oh.
He
You
doesn't
can
get
do
them
both.
killed on purpose.
You can do
He
both.
doesn't
What do
get
you mean?
them killed on purpose.
On
The Riddler's
purpose?
smart. The
Oh my
Riddler.
god.
The Riddler is like number 2 smartest fucking villain that Batman goes up against. There are only 2 people, and this is chronological. This is canon. There is only 2 people that could ever match wits with the Batman, and he says this several times, including.
In your
So I'm
source
not
material?
doing No, I'm not doing source material, including
Hmm.
in the fucking cartoons and in the movies. He says the 2 people that could match wits with him are the Riddler and fucking Lex Luthor. Those are the 2 people that
Why is Batman talking about Lex Luthor?
because Lex Luthor is the one person that he feels is intellectually on his level. They say that in Titans. They say it in several other places. Like Lex Luthor is the only other
Oh my god,
person.
I just wanted him to save one fucking person. And the only fucking people
But
that
the
he
Riddler,
goddamn saves in the movie are
but
the ones that could save themselves because all they did was fucking trip.
It
They walked
stinks,
through glass
baby.
like Wayside. It's like, oh no, Wayside. And I'm looking around the city. I was like, you didn't stop a single fucking bomb from going off, Batman. You were out there doing Batman shit. You were out there
It
fucking
can't be
stuff up.
everywhere
You
at
were out there
once.
getting the fucking clues. You were supposed to have some master fucking kill switch for this. And you were just like,
LB, please
sorry,
help me.
guys.
Please help me out for this misguided soul.
Follow my flare?
I can't do this.
I'm Batman. Follow my flare?
Like
There's a whole scene where you're just walking around with a flare. Like, did you see
he's helping
the
the people
movie?
that can't
Did
get
you
any
see
work.
Did you see the movie palette of the Batman? It goes black, 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 red, black, black, black.
Jesus Christ. LB.
You can
have
see
seen
the flare
Batman?
scene. You see the flare scene.
Have you
Big
seen the
strip of
Batman,
red.
LB?
No.
Oh my god. You need to watch this
No.
to rein in this ridiculous man because
Uh,
he feels like the Batman is
No,
omnipotent.
he was so
It could be
fucking
every fucking
he was so
place.
fucking disappointed. Not omnipotent.
I keep telling you, bro. After I watched the Snyder Cut, I was done with DC. I'm done.
Like, goddamn, man.
The Snyder
Things are
Cut was
going
the swan
so
song.
well.
You know what? I gotta eat my pizza. I'm so disappointed right now. I can't, dude. That engine, when that engine roars up, there's so many. I almost call it iconic moments in this fucking movie. Like, and the acting was spot on. Paul Dano, I don't even like, but fucking kills it as the Riddler.
Yeah, he does. That's what I'm saying. There's so many things that are good with this movie.
How do you land at a 6 then? How the fuck do you
Because
land at a 6?
Batman doesn't superhero. Batman is a superhero, and at no point in the movie does he superhero.
Yeah, we're almost at the 3-hour mark.
Like, where was the point where he actually was out there and you're like, oh my god, this person's in peril. He, the Batman, saved them. There's no point
He
in
saved
the
all
movie
those
where
people with the fucking snipers. When the snipers were on top and were gonna kill everybody, he saved them all. And he led people out with the flare.
But he
That
didn't
was the
save
whole
anyone
point.
with the flare. They just followed him.
Because it was dark as shit. They needed a flare. He was the light. It's symbolism. He was symbolizing that he went from just being vengeance to being a light and a beacon of hope for the people of Gotham, and that he needed to change the way he was doing things in order to be a more effective crime solver. He didn't save people because he was in a different spot, but when the story ends, he realizes he has to change the way he does things in order to be more efficient. That was the whole fucking point. I don't. Oh my god, I don't understand how you can give it a 6. It doesn't make sense to me. It melts my brain, PB. Like, how could you say 90% of it was good, but he didn't superhero? So you're deducting like what, 8
Sure.
fucking points?
I said 6.
Oh my god. So, but if okay,
That's a solid D.
That's not how movies work. The movies aren't a grading scale, because if it was a grading scale, if I was using A, B, C, D, E, F, then it would be like a C plus. Like a 6 is not a fail, because you can't just look at it in that aspect. Like even 4s aren't necessarily a fail, even though I wouldn't recommend it. Like, you got to get at least a 5. At least a 5 for me to be like, you should probably check it out for yourself, see if you like it. Anything lower than that, I'll be like, no, you don't need to watch this. It's not going to be what you want.
But see, but you give it a 6, and you like multiple aspects. But your one big negative, the one thing is that he doesn't save people. But they make it very clear he's only like 10 years in. And I know he caught the Joker, but we don't know what stage of the Joker. He could have caught less maniacal, crazy
Apparently
Joker.
it was
Joker
the
could have
joke
wanted to be.
stage.
Joker could have wanted to be caught. That doesn't mean
Wow.
shit. Riddler.
So Joker wanted to be caught, so Batman's
first
even
supervillain.
dumber. He fell right for the Joker's trap too.
Well, if we're going by that logic, he's always remained stupid because he always falls into the Joker's plans. Canonically, every fucking game.
How
movie.
about I'll stop talking about my rating for the movie if we can just agree that the Battinson is better than his movie.
I mean, yeah, everybody was concerned about Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Very concerned. I was very concerned. First time I fucking heard it, I was like, I don't fucking know. And then they released the trailer, and he went, I am vengeance. And I went, sold. Didn't take much. I was like, it's Batman. I was like, oh, fuck, man. That sounded perfect. It would be nice in the next movie if they would let him, like, talk out loud as Bruce Wayne, though, instead of talking like this all the time. Because I don't want the bats to hear it.
Well, then it wouldn't be a Nirvana Batman anymore.
I mean, let's be real though. That Nirvana song is the balls.
Oh, they have a Nirvana song in there for real?
Yeah, they do. They literally do. It's.
But see, you're wrong, Zod. I said, no way Joker wanted to be caught. He just doesn't care. Period.
I mean, see, he doesn't care.
Full stop.
We don't even know if the Joker meant to be caught or not. So, I mean, Riddler could have been the first supervillain he fought, and he fucked up. I mean, he's new. He admitted. He said in his fucking journal.
You tried arguing the point that he definitely did catch the Joker because you tried showing me that deleted scene, and I was like, okay. First of all, doesn't help your argument. Second of all, it pisses me off even more because why the fuck is Batman going to the Joker for help?
Because the Joker's sick and he understands wackos.
Yeah, just like the Riddler understood. And Batman was so good at his job that the Riddler thought he was working with him. He's like, yeah, we killed that guy together. You put him right in the line of sight. Thank you, Batman.
So the Joker's in the movie?
Yes, there was a person in Arkham Asylum that Batman goes and talks to, and when you look at him, you're like, is that the Joker? It's the fucking Joker. Like 100%, it's the Joker. Stuff? Yeah, you see, he talks to him face to face. Yeah, they cut back and forth to each person, going back and forth, and like you watch his mannerisms and how he talks back to him. You're like, oh yeah, that's supposed to be the Joker. Let's say it's Joker when he was crazy, but before he was dipped in the white sauce.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
Like if that's where you wanted to differentiate. So he's insane, but he's not like super villain insane.
I understand.
yes, thank you. It's a great song. It was called "Something in the Way."
Pattinson is a Don. Love the Something in the Way song. I screamed out loud. This film is a masterpiece. But how did they get the rights to that? I mean, they paid a shit ton of money.
Oh yeah, Matt Reeves.
That's how you get the rights to something.
Money
You just
for that.
pay a shit ton of money.
A masterpiece.
I don't know about masterpiece.
Look,
like it's hard to call it a masterpiece when you got stuff out there. Like I don't know. Even we can even go with the worst one of the three, The Dark Knight Rises. Like that's the worst one, and I believe that it's better than this.
No.
You think Batman Begins is the worst one of those three?
No, the worst one. I didn't.
No, of the trilogy, just the trilogy.
If I had to go just the trilogy, honestly, I don't like the Batman Begins over even
because it's quite obviously better than Clooney Batman. Everything is better than Clooney Batman. This is quite obviously better than Clooney Batman. And Clooney Batman, I still don't hate Clooney Batman. You want to know why I don't hate Clooney Batman? It's fucking Batman.
Dude, I will always love Dark Knight Rises for two very simple reasons. One, Tom Hardy looks like fucking Bane. And despite the ending, he acts like Bane.
No, he doesn't. No, I'm saying these are all. No, okay, yeah, they're all great movies, guy. But one of them has to be the worst of the three, and one of them has to be the best.
I will tell you,
one of them's in the middle.
No,
I know which one you pick. I don't understand how you don't like it, though. It's great.
I hate it because they say, "Oh, Batman doesn't."
It doesn't. Whoa. You do know. You do. Whoa. You do know. It doesn't. It doesn't have Superman. It doesn't. There are no L's in that movie.
I mean, yeah, Superman.
The nipples.
Oh God, bad
amazing.
Nipples.
The Dark Knight Rises was fine until the twist.
Okay, I will give it to you. Everyone who makes that argument, the twist was fucking.
But I like the twist.
Up to that point, it was fucking stellar. Like, dude, that stadium blowing up, easily one of the. I would even put it over the hospital blowing up. See, like the stadium blowing up and the dude still running.
The
and
stadium is his name is Hines Ward.
I don't know if y'all remember, but when that movie came out, people was like, "Is this better than The Dark Knight?" And then later on down the road, it became cool to start trashing The Dark Knight Rises.
Dude, I don't understand because The Dark Knight Rises had a lot of really good scenes. Like the ending was kind of.
Bane killed it. Tom Hardy's Bane.
Every scene that he was in was a great scene. Every single fucking one.
He was killing it. Like I said, I mean, it was fine till the twist.
Like my favorite part is like,
okay,
you used the shadows, but I was born of the shadows. Like, and just the fucking voice. I love the voice, dude. That's how I pictured Bane would talk in my fucking head, and they made it happen. Like, he's probably wondering why you would shoot a man before you push him out of a plane. And dude, fucking Tom Hardy is such a fucking underrated actor. It's ridiculous. Like, even in those Venom movies, arguably, the best reason to watch Venom is because Tom Hardy just goes batshit crazy in those movies. Like, Tom Hardy is such a fucking great actor and so underutilized. I really want to see him in a movie that will showcase how fucking great of an actor he is. Pinky Blinders, anything that man does.
Did you see the movie?
110%.
I forgot the name of the movie, but he was in the car the whole time.
Shit. No, I don't think I did. Ooh, you gotta tell me what this movie is, because that means I haven't seen it.
I can't remember, man. What? Let me look it up.
Yes,
that sounds amazing. Everything
in
Tom
Pinky
Hardy sounds
Blinders.
amazing.
Oh, Lock. It was called Lock.
Lock. Okay.
Locke.
How old is this?
Came out 2014.
I will watch
Okay.
it. Did you see Al Capone when he played? Dude, he was, and I said he got fucking robbed. He should have got a fucking Academy Award for playing Al Capone. He was so fucking good. He had the accent. And look, I'm from New York. I can recognize a fucking Brooklyn accent. And let me tell you, Tom Hardy fucking nailed it and got robbed because fucking butthurt critics were like, "Oh, it's so violent," blah blah blah. Like this dude is such a underrated, charismatic actor. Death. Yes.
Carrie says, Tom Hardy, amazing actor. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Wait,
Yeah.
Man,
where's Tom
Speak of
Hardy?
the devil,
so
and he shall
my
appear.
other issue with Dark Knight Rises was what's his name? Jordan whatever is love it.
Oh, Gordon.
Like
Uh,
the
Gordon
whole third
Levy or
act
whatever.
was
Oh,
too much him in it.
Oh yeah,
Third Rock
he's
from the Sun Boy.
Gordon Levy is interesting because I don't I don't
I didn't
necessarily
care. I
hate
didn't
him,
care about his character
but
Right.
yeah,
in the
I never
movie.
care about any movie he's in except for
He,
maybe Inception.
he was good
He
in Angels in the Outfield.
Oh yeah, and Angels in the Outfit was good too.
No, I'm
That
not
whole movie
saying
was
that.
great.
He doesn't like. Okay, so the
He
character
doesn't
that
bring
he's
anything.
playing, the character that he's playing in The Dark Knight Rises is essentially generic cop that we want you to think is better than everybody else. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then the
And he
bullshit that
does
I
it well, but it doesn't make me care about him. And I don't care about the fact that
Mhm.
allegedly he's supposed to either. I mean, you can look at it either way. He's either supposed to
They
become
can't
Robin
see you.
or he's supposed to become a new Batman.
I just for me the whole I agree with LB in the sense that the whole back end of the movie really ruins the rest of how great the movie was. It felt like they didn't know how to end it. And it's disappointing because like the only scene I like was the one where Batman and Selena Kyle ended up together. And I don't care what anyone says. Maybe it's just me. I've always liked Anne Hathaway, and I thought she was a great Catwoman. Fucking fight
Yeah.
me. I don't care. She was amazing. She had the attitude that Catwoman had. If you watch the fucking 92 cartoon version, so PB doesn't go, oh, source material. If you watch even the cartoon version, she had the same exact attitude that Selena Kyle has. And that's why I liked her in the new Batman too. I thought this Selena Kyle was really good too. Zoe Kravitz did a great job. Catwoman is supposed to be played snarky and like morally ambiguous. And I thought that Anne Hathaway did a great job and had some really like great one-liners where she was like talking about the rich and she's like she says something like, I can't wait to see when you guys watch it all burn to the ground or something like that. And she fucking steals that from the safe and she kicks his cane out and it goes out the fucking window. Like, dude, there's so many fucking great scenes in Dark Knight Rises. And that's why I say it's very underrated. And I would say it's better than Batman Begins because I there's something about the ending of Batman Begins that really fucking bugs me. And it's the whole thing where he makes the rule, I'm not going to kill people. And then everybody gives him a pass, but he kills Raj Al Ghul because he says, oh, well, I don't, he goes, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you. Bullshit. You're killing him. You could have specifically saved his
No, he
life,
could save
but instead
himself.
you
He
let the
could
fucking
save himself.
he couldn't save himself. He was fucking shot.
It's a total
That's
Aquaman
bullshit.
move, and it's baller.
It is
Total
not. It's
Aquaman move.
bullshit.
You
I
know,
fucking hate it because people
LB's
argue
favorite Power Ranger movie.
and people argue with me all the time. Oh, Batman doesn't kill people. Bullshit. Batman kills people all the fucking time.
I
And
don't
don't
care
tell
if
me,
Batman kills people.
yeah, the people that go, oh, you
I
ever
care
think
if he
about the
kills
argument?
people with reckless abandon.
like, look, even in the Snyder Cut, Batman didn't fucking kill anyone in that. They threw a grenade. He threw it back. That was self-defense. He didn't fucking kill anybody. He didn't willingly do it. They threw a grenade. He threw it back, did the little bat thing with his cape.
Wow, look at we got difference of opinion here. One, oh my God, they finally got Cat Women right with Anne. That's what Bonnie said. And then
Thank you.
immediately after that, Timon goes, Hathaway was so forgetful and bland. She
I
wasn't.
don't
I still
agree.
remember
I
what she
do
looked
not
like in the
agree.
Cats. I remember what she looks like in on that motorcycle. That's Cat
I,
Women.
dude, that was
It
Catwoman.
ain't
I'm sorry.
fucking Zoe Kravitz.
And look, even Zoe Kravitz, she did a great job. But the thing is, I didn't like the aesthetic. Like they just gave
No,
her a
she's probably
burglar
right
mask.
because who's Cillian Murphy?
Cillian Murphy,
Killian?
and
That's Killian? That's how you spell
yeah,
Killian? With a
Cillian Murphy.
C?
Yeah, he's Irish.
Oh,
Anyways,
hello,
hey
Laura.
Laura B, welcome to my birthday bash. With my three homies here. Thank you,
With your
everybody.
three, you're one of your own homies.
Yeah, I talk in the third person. Zod respects Zod.
That's fucking weird.
And LB, thank you for coming to my birthday bash. I appreciate it. Justin popped in, said hi, so I appreciate you guys coming in.
No problem.
Did you send the link to Husky?
I did. I think Husky.
Did he say anything?
I don't know. I don't know if he was doing something. I think he would have been here if he could have. I know he's had some stuff going on, so
Weird.
you know,
Let's find
a
out.
lot of dog stuff.
Holy fuck, I got like, I don't know if it's multiple messages or one long ass message on the old Discord, but fuck, Husky? Something about Pokemon, but you don't want to go down that road again. I do.
But yeah, I don't know. I appreciate all you guys coming. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Are you gonna do some sentimental bullshit now?
I mean,
Yeah, I know. You're all worked up because you're thinking about what it would feel like to feel the bane.
I'm just thinking about, world domination isn't easy, and it's a lonely thing.
Oh, see, I didn't know the fucking actor's name. I don't remember everybody's name. Scarecrow was awesome. I didn't know his name was Cillian Murphy.
Dude, I think that he was.
Cillian. Isn't it
No, it's
Cillian?
Killian.
Killian?
Yeah, it's
Wow,
Killian Murphy.
I thought it was Cillian. Wow.
I'll be honest, I thought it was Cillian too until he said his name in an interview. And they're
Yeah,
like,
Scarecrow was
no.
great. Oh my god, he was great.
Like, see, look, I'm not saying that Batman Begins is a bad movie. I just don't like the ending compared to Dark Knight Rises.
Nobody
And
said it was a bad movie, guy. Nobody said any of these
if
three
I'm
were a
doing it
bad movie.
comparatively, I say that the
Okay, well, let's just
second
okay.
movie
We'll
is
just
number one, the
let's
third
just
is number two, and
right. We'll just say it simply. Say it simply that the
Batman.
only argument is ever between the first and third movie for which one is the worst, because everyone knows which one is the best.
yeah, I always think the second one, Dark Knight Rises, is first in my list.
Yes, it is the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, and then then it goes.
The Empire Strikes Back is the Dark Knight.
Wow, hot take.
Hot take. Oh, Albie, I always appreciate having. Thank you. She said
Like,
it's Killian. Yep, I know it.
you got me.
That's what I said.
Right. Well, how is his name Killian and it begins with a C?
Look.
Foreigners.
Here,
Foreigners.
look. Hey, being
Oh,
somewhat
God.
of an Irish guy, let me explain to you how it works. Just because we spell something with a C does not mean that it just necessarily has a C sound. Sometimes it has a K sound. You got to be a wee bit drunk when you name your kids, and then you think that you're naming them with a K, but on the birth certificate, you've been drinking so much, you just wind up putting a C on the motherfucker. So then you go back and you're just like, fuck it. I'm just going to name my kid Killian. That's how it goes when you're a drunk Irishman.
Aye. Okay.
Oh man, if you think that's what you should see would be my uncles and everybody get drunk on the special occasions. It's like you need subtitles for the conversation.
Está bien entiendo.
uh, bueno. Espanol. Ah, fuck, man. My Puerto Rican side, I did not. It's kind of funny because my mom and my uncles and everyone, they can all speak Spanish, and I can't understand a fucking thing when they start talking.
I thought she spoke Puerto Rican.
Yeah, my mom she speaks Spanish very fluently, but you know, in case people didn't realize, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, fucking El Salvadorians, they all speak different dialects. Just because you speak Spanish,
Hey.
it's not the fucking same. Things are pronounced differently.
Bruh.
Carrie
It's all the same, bruh.
Please
Like,
No,
we
no, it
can't
is not
see him.
bruh,
LB.
if a Mexican speaks to somebody from Puerto Rico in Spanish, bruh, they gonna understand each other. Like,
They understand each other, but look, Mexicans consider Puerto Rican dialect the slang.
Wait, if you
It's just
can
like with
speak,
America.
you can speak
course.
Mexican to somebody who's speaking Puerto Rican and they understand each other.
Yeah,
I mean, of course,
but the
it's different
dialects are
dialect,
different.
but if they're having a conversation, they're going to understand each other. It
I
ain't
mean,
it ain't like you speaking English and you speaking Mandarin to somebody.
yes, there is ears on the cap. This is from Birds of Prey, which I will be completely honest. I'll be 100%. Me and Perp did a review on this. You can go check it out. Shameless promotion for my other videos, but we honestly didn't hate Birds of Prey. I still don't understand the hate for the movie. I didn't think it was the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. And fucking Obi-Wan was in it. Why wouldn't you like a movie with Obi-Wan? Like, he played an excellent villain.
I
Like, he
wouldn't say
really,
that.
dude, he hammed that shit up. Like, look, if you're in a movie where it's kind of ridiculous, I appreciate an actor who goes over the top with how evil they are, and Ian McGregor pulls it off pretty fucking good.
Bruh. So I see the comment about it saying it's Spanish is totally different because the Spanish is mixed with. I'm not saying that there's different dialects. It's just like speaking from me in Florida speaking to somebody in
Oh, you cannot understand some of the people who
speaking to somebody in North Dakota. Like we can still understand each other, but we're gonna have different accents and say
Dude,
some things differently.
so I went with one of my good friends when I was in high school down to where his mom's side of the family was from, which was what is it? It's down by Champaign in Illinois. You know where that is roughly?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one aunt that he had, she lived on the southern tip of Illinois, which really isn't even that far south. And I was like, okay, whatever. And she's up at the house and she's talking, and I was like,
Oh no.
is that English? And they're like, oh yeah, that's all English. I was like, no, it's not. Because I have no idea what you are saying right now. Like, and she didn't like have a stroke or anything like that. She didn't have like a brain bleed or something going on up here. Like, she had all the faculties. She just, I couldn't understand anything she said. No fucking bullshit.
Example.
It was the first time in my entire life. Like, usually I can understand foreigners who are speaking broken English. I couldn't understand this fucking lady at all.
This is the perfect example. An American speaking to somebody from England. We can still understand each other if we're speaking English, but you just might have some words that pronounced differently.
I don't know. Have you heard some of the British talk though? I gotta admit, I need fucking subtitles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like speaking to somebody in Jamaica. Like they speak, patois, and like some words you're just not going to understand, but you can still have a perfect conversation with somebody.
Timon said that in Paraguay, the Spanish is mixed with what is that?
Um, I don't know. But man, look, Barrett, all I'm saying is, yes, every Spanish speaking country has their own way of pronouncing words and stuff. But if a person from Spain comes to speak to somebody in Mexico, they're not gonna be like, I don't know what you're saying, bruh.
Look, I get what you're saying. Like, it would be different than if someone from the U.S. goes to Mexico where they're speaking straight up like Spanish, and the English and the Mexican they're not translating well. Like, I understand it, but still, there is like certain words that are more offensive in other countries than it are in other uh, regions. They
Yeah,
would be considered as offensive, as in, but they're not
but
offensive
but if a
to that
person
culture.
but if a person from Puerto Rico goes to visit Mexico, they'll be able to communicate perfectly fine in Mexico. Unlike me, if I go to Mexico and my Spanish is limited, I will have problems speaking to people in Mexico. Like I don't even know why this is a conversation. Like this isn't rocket science. Like
See, this is my thing. I totally agree. I totally agree with what Timon is saying, because being in the culture, like my mom has even said this too. She speaks uh, three different dialects of Spanish, but she said there is variations because you could translate, even though they'll catch more than, say, someone from America going there and speaking it. They'll catch more of what you're saying, but there still is certain things and phrases that won't translate well in that particular situation. And there's still a rivalry between, like,
uh,
say, Mexicans versus Puerto Ricans versus straight
Spanish is
up
Spanish, bruh.
Latin. There's a difference. It's a cultural divide.
Right.
It's just
Spanish
like
Spanish
the
is
same.
Spanish, just like English is English.
It's still, dude. It's still like, I consider it like what we have in America, right? You have all of these cultures and everybody who comes from different diverse backgrounds and everything else, right? But people still don't understand other customs and things like that. It's the same thing if you took different Spanish cultures from different parts of Spain or Puerto Rico or Mexico and you put them all together. There's
You, you,
still a disconnect and
you,
still
you're getting
beefs.
too deep here. I'm talking about having a regular conversation. Like, hey, what's on the menu for dinner? How are you doing today? Did you have a good day? What are you doing
Oh,
tomorrow? That's what I'm talking about.
Dude,
hello,
it's like
happy
a great.
Taco Saturday.
Hello.
We
Hello.
were just talking about Husky. Like, where the hell is this dude for my birthday celebration? Because you've been here every year, and I'm so glad you're here towards the end.
Great. I
That
made
was
it.
a sick
I made
burn,
it
guy.
here. All right. Now I'm been here.
There you go.
Thank you, Husky. But you're not getting away that easy.
Damn it.
Bruh, I like straight up though, like my friends who's married, her family's from Puerto Rico. His family is from Panama. They communicate perfectly fine, bruh. I'm the only one there that's clueless.
Excuse me.
I just find it interesting because it's like, I feel like unless you're in the different cultures that are assembled together, it's hard to explain how different they actually are, because
No,
from the outside.
I fully understand. There's like different dialects, accents. Some words mean different words, but I'm just saying it's not like I keep saying. It's not the case of if this person goes to that Spanish speaking country or speaks to this Spanish speaking person that they won't understand each other in having a basic conversation.
I mean, in some places,
Like
yeah.
Ola, hello, Ola is Ola in every country, bruh.
See, I'd have to look
Como
it
estás is como estás everywhere, bruh.
up.
Bien is bien everywhere.
You know what? I would have to. I would have to consult my mom because I don't fucking know. She would know, be able to break it down exactly what the differences are. But maybe I don't know. Maybe you're right. But I'll tell you what, LB. I'm in the same thing. When I go to family dinner, I don't have any fucking clue what anyone's talking about when they start speaking Spanish because
Bruh.
I
I
never learned.
I've been to Spain, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Colombia, I've been to Panama. Trust me. Hola, como estás, que pasa, bien. It's all the same.
I don't
mean-
speak Italian.
No, but hey, Cyber, I'm so glad you
Yeah.
could be here on my birthday stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate having us.
How far
So
gone are you right now?
I'm pretty. I'm
Dude,
pretty
he
far
already
gone.
munched on some pizza and he's still drunk.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
I tell you one Spanish word that won't be understood in any Spanish speaking country. Latinx.
It's not how it's pronounced. Come on, LB. Latinx. Latinx.
Dude, I could tell you I don't know about Mexico or
Selling
anyone else,
Kleenex.
but as a Puerto
Down
Rican,
in Phoenix.
we do
It's
not
dry.
fucking care about that. Where I don't know who started that.
White people.
It's like, dude, white people, please get over your guilt. It's okay. We're fine.
It's
We're
okay. We
doing
won
fine.
the Alamos. Get over it.
And Husky. I was waiting for one of those historical references. Thank you, Husky.
I've seen the Alamo. It's very underwhelming.
I know. I guess it was more whelming when you were back in that time period.
No, it's funny. Like, it's like, yeah, you got to see the Alamo if you go to San Antonio, and you just go see it. And it's just like, hey, H&M is right across the street from here.
Like, I just, for me, okay, and this might be a hot take, but I think the Battle of the Alamo was stupid because I don't understand, and I'll say this for Titanic or anything else. I don't understand the mentality of going down with the ship. Like, look, I am all for the cause, but it is pointless when you are surrounded to throw your life away to defend a position that is clearly lost. You serve no purpose except for dying. And
What if you
does
want to
anybody
die? What if you
remember
want to die a warrior? Everybody remembers that the captain went down with the ship on the Titanic. It's one of the most
who
iconic
was the
scenes in the whole
captain?
movie.
Wasn't you in the
I don't
military?
fucking know anybody who's on that ship. I don't know anybody.
Exactly. Do you remember the
But I know
captain's
that the
name?
captain went down with it like a baller.
Wasn't you in the military?
Yes, and I am here to tell
Coward.
You run like
and
shit.
I am here to tell you, like, look, if I'm in a gunfight and I'm defending people, I will
Not
stick
my
with my unit.
foxhole.
But at the same point, those are two examples where generals foolishly led their troops into it's just like with Custard. That motherfucker led all of those people into their fucking doom and demise. And it's poor leadership. And I don't agree with supporting poor leadership. Like, no, why are
Sounds
we
like you're a
going
coward.
No
Like,
Alright,
comment.
get the Viking death. You have to
coward.
die in battle.
that's bullshit. I like to live after a battle.
Hey,
I'm Zod. That's how I lived through Krypton. How many people survived Krypton? Khalil and me.
Okay, first of all,
That's why.
Bonnie said, no, you gotta go down with the ship. What the fuck? And then, PB, Husky, Zod, When you guys going to do a triple threat stream on Profits of Geek Culture?
Or maybe when football season's done.
Oh, LB just posted.
It's getting pretty close to the end of football season.
The Alamo.
That's
Hey, who are you talking about? I said that you're supposed to go down with the ship. That's why I said the captain's awesome. Like, it depends on what your job is, what you're supposed to be doing.
Remember the Alamo.
Hey, like, here's the thing. If you're trapped and you can't get out of a situation and you got to die fighting the guy next to you, fighting with the guy next to you, I am all for that. But if there are options and some crazy motherfucker is saying no, you got to charge right into the enemy and fucking throw away your life and everybody else's life, then that motherfucker needs to be thrown overboard, metaphorically and physically. That is a stupid fucking thing to do. And I don't agree with that action. I just don't. I think it's fucking ridiculous.
You're a coward.
I think it's fucking absolutely fucking stupid philosophy.
You are a coward.
Say what you want to. Zod has been around for many years and will continue.
William Wallace would not be proud.
You got to ride.
Dude, Husky, do you want to explain what happened to
How does that
William
make you
Wallace?
He got freedom.
He got quartered and spread in all points of England.
Yeah, but he murdered a horse and put it in a man's bed before that, so baller move.
Thank you, Laura B. Thank you.
What was the number one worst movie of the year?
Oh, it was
Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
So PB,
So bad.
I just want to let you know, PB, like, you know, if you're ever with Mr. Zod and you all get caught in a snowstorm.
Yes, I know. I'm the one who's gonna wait. What? Thought we were talking about taking fire, not being.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you get caught into a real bad snowstorm in the car and it's just you and him, and there's no other way out, he's gonna try to leave you.
He's gonna try to eat him.
To freeze to death. I don't give a fuck. Let him go and freeze to death. He won't waste my resources.
What? I would never do that.
Yes, you would.
This is you, Zod. This is you.
There are pussies in here.
You have multiple pussies in you. You are multiple pussies. I ain't going down with my ship. Ridiculous.
Hey, look. Y'all know I'm fucking right.
No, bro.
Nah,
You ain't
what?
right at all.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. You know, it might be the right thing to do. You've been gone for 3.5 hours, guy.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Anyways, thank you, everybody, for watching the show. I had a great time.
Yeah,
always
Laura,
great.
Janie, Bonnie, Terry, Q. There were other people that were here, but I can't see them in the chat.
Timon.
Fuck. The Lonely
Kim.
Banter.
Where's Pumbaa?
Where was Kim? I don't remember seeing Kim.
Yeah, Kim was in here.
When? GP was here. Oh, there she is. Happy birthday, Zod. Fuck, I missed that one. It was just one message. Well, there's a couple messages.
Yeah, we had
Maybe
Bonnie
I did say hi. Maybe it's been way too fucking long. Landon,
Cage.
Karen.
Let me see.
Lemon
Brett.
Pie was here for a while, right? Lemon Pie?
Yep.
He was here, and then he left. Yeah, we had some porn bots. Cool times.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You got the porn bots.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the porn bots.
There are so many. What is happening? Why are there so many messages? People had shit to say. Ambassadorial Wing.
Yeah.
I never seen that name before, but apparently the drunk person knew who it was. Brett Cohen, Sean B.
Oh yeah, I've done reviews with him. Go check out his channel.
Hoffcast, I forgot the Hoff.
The Hoffcast.
Jackie was here.
The conspiracy theorist guy.
Tawny was here.
Oh yeah,
Oh, more sex bots.
and thank you for the happy birthday.
Hen was here.
Hen, yep.
And maybe the most important person in the chat, according to the birthday boy. Carmen.
And of course, Bitchy Unicorn, who's
That
here.
was the joke guy, because Bitchy Unicorn was supposed to be, those were the only two left, so I said Carmen.
Yeah, so, and of course, Bitchy was there,
Carmen
and
loves
she's here in real life.
She's about to give you some birthday.
Yeah, so gotta
Cake.
wrap this. Yeah, gotta wrap
Oh,
this up.
did I get called out here? I just jumped to the bottom of the chat.
Janie Davis.
I was seeing if Kim called me out for not saying hi earlier. But no, she was just saying bye to everybody. Bye, everybody.
But yes, thank you everybody for showing up. This has been really fun. Thank you to all
Indeed.
of my friends who came. And everyone who wished me a happy birthday. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed my list. I will be doing the top 10 best films, or top 20 probably, because there's so many. I just gotta make a top 20. So I'll be doing my top 20 best, and spoiler alert, fuck Avatar 2, it's not in there. I didn't
It's
fucking
just like
the
a
first
water
one.
level in a video game, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it sucks.
So that will be in there, but there'll be some surprises because my number one came out of nowhere, and I can't wait to share it with you. And yes, I know PB is going to give me shit because you would think the Batman's going to be number one, but it's not my number one.
That's not even Top Gun.
Because
Nicolas Cage isn't in the Batman.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is not in the Batman.
Neither is the Mandalorian.
Because if Nicolas Cage was in the Batman, it'd be number 1 every year.
11.
So, no, but I do got an interesting list. I think it's gonna spark a lot of conversation with this.
Fuck, man. Do we still got to do all the other outros? Shit.
No.
We didn't even answer Carrie's question about whether we were doing a triple threat, did you? Did you answer her?
Yeah, it's football season's over, probably.
Oh, yeah, football season.
Yeah.
Let's hope
Yeah.
so.
But,
football season is because, Sundays are occupied.
Yeah, man, I gotta go refill alcohol, go play my fucking Rollerdrome, which I've been playing, nonstop because it's a great fucking game. And, yeah, congratulations. Morbius was only 19. It's an
fucking
enjoyable...
bullshit, Husky. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
You put fucking Morbius at 19? Come on, that should have been on the best movies.
The fact that that Terror on the Prairie didn't make your list is ridiculous.
Dude, I'm sorry. Terror on the Prairie compared to these other movies.
And there's no way that Thor: Love and Thunder is worse than Terror on the Prairie. Stop it.
I mean, yeah, I almost walked out of it.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Stop it. It's not worse than Terror on the Prairie.
It's pretty bad.
No, it's not worse than Terror on the Prairie. Stop
it. Husky, Zods. Husky, when do you do gaming stream?
When I get back into the groove.
Don't worry, I'll be doing plenty of
I'm busy shoveling
Marvel
this
snapping
winter right now, so...
Hashtag more
depends on snowfall, so...
Nicolas Cage, baby.
You got the Nicolas?
You know what? Nicolas Cage will be on every best of list because he always has a movie coming out, and I love Nick Cage. And yeah, it's just
he's always on the... Yeah, we knew he was going to be in the number one.
Look, next year he has Nosferatu coming out, and he plays Nosferatu.
PB and I are going to start treating all these top 10 lists like the NFL draft, where we know Nicolas Cage is already the number one seed pick, so he's definitely going to get the number one movie. He's the hot quarterback, and this team has the number one seed pick. They're going to grab him.
Like, Nicolas Cage has a movie coming out 2023, 2024. My list is pretty stacked on Nicolas Cage is going to receive a high movie. Now, that's not to say something's not going to beat him, because I will say there is a movie that does beat Nicolas Cage. And I will tell you what movie that is. And it was a hard decision. I went back and forth. I struggled internally. But this movie is related to what I do in my personal life, which is why I feel like it hits me on a different level, because
Oh
it's
my
just like
god.
I
Are you
deal with
fucking
assholes
serious
every
right
day.
now?
So,
Bonnie says, "Happy birthday, General Zod. Sniffin'
thank you.
Jack always works for you."
Fuck yeah. Did you hear my worst movie of the
The
year?
stream is over, Perp.
Oh, the stream's over.
But did you hear
Yeah,
my worst
what the
movie
hell?
of the year?
I told you I'd come. I'd eventually come. Like I'd eventually get
I didn't want to hear that.
here.
Dude, my worst movie of the year was
So,
Jesus.
she said, that's funny, Perp. You're supposed to listen to Kamala. Do not come.
What was your number one though? Why the hell do you have cat ears on your head?
It doesn't matter. Number one movie was Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Wow.
Worst movie
It's
of 2022.
terrible.
I said, this movie is bad on every fucking level that a movie can be bad on. This was a Perp. Didn't you say you?
Oh my God, we're not
almost
doing
walked out, or you walked
no.
out?
We're not doing a fucking
Yes, sir.
whole
Yes.
discussion
I walked
about
out.
this goddamn fucking movie, because it's not worth the effort. Talked about it long enough. Husky said that he's doing a stream when he gets back in the groove. LB, when you release.
I mean, it could be like randomly this week, whenever, you know.
LB?
Just keep your notifications.
What's up?
When are you releasing another video?
I don't know.
When was your last one released?
I don't remember.
You're living the fucking dream, baby. Perp is
Okay.
releasing videos multiple times a day, so you don't gotta ask the question when the next one is coming out or when the previous one is coming out. So I have a more important question for you, Perp. When are the Perp Awards?
Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. East.
I am. Hey, has anybody beat me yet for the
There you
worst?
go, people.
The worst channel on YouTube.
No, you got it like 4. You have it 4 years running now. You know.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
He already
four
won it this
fucking
year?
years.
He already won it this year? I thought this was the 4th year.
I mean, you're definitely the worst channel, because you legitimately said that Terror on the Prairie is better than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh yeah, hands on. I fucking hate.
That's why you can't trust this man's opinions. Very
Exactly.
shiesty.
Like, wow.
Okay.
Worse than Kanye right now.
Look, Kanye makes more sense than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Stop it.
That's not true.
I really hate Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, I'm not surprised how much he's throwing that on the bus right now. PB can agree. I've heard nonstop about it since it came out. He hates that movie.
Dude, I've never almost walked out, even Eternals. I never almost walked out of a Marvel movie, but when I heard the fucking
I didn't
stream
walk
goes
out of
for the
Eternals, I
third
watched it at home.
fucking time, I was like,
bad.
fuck this movie.
bad.
And they beat the bad guy with the power of fucking love. I can't,
The
Marvel.
power of love.
Oh my god, I
Typical
can't.
shonen tropes.
Well, I don't
Oh,
like,
what is
bruh,
happening?
I don't care that you hate the movie, but the fact that you think it's worse than Terror on the Prairie is outrageous, bruh.
Bro, I could at least stare at Gina Carano.
Honestly, I don't think you even thought about Terror on the Prairie until I brought it up.
Honestly, I didn't.
It was so
I
bad.
forgot about it.
Just
So, you know,
as a
that's,
movie, LB.
To be honest with you, I forgot it came out this year.
Hey, you forgot it.
Hold on, let's.
See, there you go. That's how memorable
wanna do a
memorable it is.
little-
You forgot about it.
Messing around with the screen here.
like
I touch stuff, guy.
LB, I just simply forgot it was a movie. I'll be honest
yeah.
with you. Just like I forgot about the
better.
Biden movie. until you brought up Gina Carano and Terror on the Prairie, and then I remembered there was also a Biden movie too. I forgot about that. I forgot about those movies.
See, that's
To
how bad they were. They were easily forgettable.
Like for
Yes,
me,
Q, we are ending.
they don't really
I thought
even
we were gonna go
rank
another
as
4 hours.
movies.
Oh my God,
I think
Terrence.
we're supposed to do the top 10 best 20 movies now. Let's do the
He
top
didn't
10.
even make the list yet.
I've
He's
got
not
a rough
done.
draft.
He's got to find out which Nick Cage movies are going in the top 10 and which order. Okay. So he's
Look, Nick Cage had a slow year this year. He only had 2 movies.
yeah, they're in the top 10 somewhere.
So I got to pick which order they're going to go in, and then
It's gonna be
everything
like
else
Pig number 1, and then the other thing with the Mandalorian.
Dude, the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is a fucking masterpiece in comedy. That
Gotta
Nick
take this man
Cage
seriously.
and Pedro Pascal are quite possibly the best comedic duo ever conceived by a man.
Yeah,
The
in the stream.
Pause.
Yeah,
Talking about consuming my man. All right, yeah.
yeah, that was awful.
Dude,
I don't care how society is. That was awful, bro.
dude, Paddington 2. That
Bro,
that
in the
movie
stream,
me.
bro.
End the stream so we can all go to bed.